finance area. It's awful. Your finance area.
I guess it's
Feeling I'm missing something.
Yes, there's a few people missing.
Should still be bring up.
you know, I know. I think
This is your first time in the class?
Uh-huh.
First time, okay, I got you.
That's my new stress.
First grade manager,
Happy.
Harbor Bay, good. Good stuff. We're bringing the number first grade today.
Yeah, so you say.
You know my friends?
Teresa fighting on my own at the last class.
No, I was the support. I was the
Oh, that's
cheerleader.
right. That's right.
'Cause I'm
She's
the customer.
loyal customer.
First grade with my friends, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. There.
Mm.
Yeah, nice and no.
The only thing I do not like about
See, good.
No.
Nice. Stop you now. Nice. Stop you if you.
Don't talk to me.
where I work,
Well, I already complained about both with the long lines, right?
Last, we're the last, and y'all have a branch in our facility, and I get paid yet. Let me see.
Hold on. I got an answer for that.
That's Bama.
That's what I want? Yeah.
So I'm coming from city. I think that there's a delay and who's sending it?
So that ain't got nothing to do with
What
it.
do you mean who's standing there?
I think there's.
You say it?
The payroll is, I have to pass payroll door in my office.
It's not that it comes directly from it, it comes from.
It comes from BOB, I think.
Now, see, yes.
But yes, the Commonwealth Commonwealth was posted from Jolly Rock. Scotia be posted from earlier. We still didn't see.
My customers is like I said before, my customers is payroll. And I tell you, 99.9% of the time, if there's a delay in payroll, it's because of where it's coming from, not us.
Y'all are the only ones.
No, we posted. We have several payrolls run per day. So anything that comes in during the day, we make sure that it's posted.
She's trying her best, bro. She's trying her best.
607. I haven't gotten paid yet.
Oh, okay.
And it's
I
607.
guarantee you, watch here. Next
But I
class,
guarantee
she's
you, if
gonna
that was the
tell me.
next bank,
No, next
ran
class,
it right,
she's going
you'll
to
get
tell
paid for
me
yesterday.
that there was
Scotia
a
especially, of
that
course.
there was an issue where funds were coming from. Watch.
Of
That was
course.
an issue.
When I was leaving, the payroll director was walking in, and you know, she was on the phone, and she was like, I don't know why y'all bother me, because y'all know First Caribbean should be the last post.
You got it.
I believe because they keep telling me.
But yeah, man, they gotta do better with it.
Hold on, this one clap, this one.
That's the last one.
Whenever I have an issue with payroll with my
That's the one.
clients,
You need to.
I always
This make me feel bad. I feel like I should give you all more.
No, that's estate planning, that's just a lot of
I got
It
you.
was small.
legal stuff.
Like I should give. They're making me feel bad.
No, everybody else on the
With that
same
telephone
side.
directory.
Uh-huh.
Who's the lecturer for that
That's
class?
a lawyer, you know, that's legal stuff. You
All
know,
that,
I got you.
yeah, constructing
I got you.
structures.
All right, good day everybody again. I have some stuff being copied, but the first part of our class will be a test.
I thought you said next week.
No,
That's right,
week
you
after.
said
Oh,
it.
for those who are, this is your first time in the module. For the last class, there's no class next week, next Thursday, but the following Thursday is an interview session where the things that would have been taught in last class will be put into practice on how you plan your interview, the kind of questions you're asking, and then following that would essentially be what your post-interview, which you would do, how you would analyze and all that, and then the class themselves would have a chance to critique what was done, what should have happened, and all of that. The scenarios will be sent to you by email by weekend, so that you'll have ample time to prepare to plan. Okay. Now, I said that we would have just essentially paired everybody up. What I'll do is I'll just send everybody their scenario, and then when you come to class, we'll just randomly pick somebody and you interview them. Okay, so it'll be more like impromptu, more like how you have a customer just come to the bank and you have to do this, or you have a customer coming to you for an interview, for a job, and this is how you would more or less interview them. So that's essentially how it will be. So you won't have any time to kind of plan anything with the person, so they won't have any script to answer you by. Alright? Good. So just waiting on this. We're going to do this today the Big 5 personality test, because as a part of your module, it's essentially how various personality types would respond to interviews. So when you're sitting down with the interview, the key thing to why you're taking this personality test is that you get to know who you are. You get to know what triggers you. You get to know how you react. And based on how you react, will more often than not determine how you interpret what the person says. So that if you are more or less a high-strung person, if they tell you they don't want a product, you may take it personally. So if you're more an easygoing person and they tell you, I don't want a product, you may be more passive-aggressive and just say, okay, if you don't want it, I don't need to sell it to you, and then it kind of affects your scores, it affects your pay, whatever it is, your commission. And so we want to kind of help you to understand who you are, and then you can understand also what the type of person that your client may be. You may be able to do a quick profile of your client to know how to deal with them, how to engage them. All right? So we good? Everybody in a good week? We'll be ready here by 9 o'clock? 8:30?
I couldn't function on
8:15-ish? You couldn't function?
On Friday.
Ah, Lord.
I'm at 9:30 in bed, sleeping, snoring.
But we got it here like 8:30 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we put 8:30 again. Yeah, 8:15, 8:30, something like that. Alright, so I'm just waiting on them to give me. You know the table number. Alright, so we'll take about 15 minutes. Lauren, you would have gotten yours by email. We'll take about 15 minutes just to kind of go through the personality test. Can we just look at it quickly? So, when you look at your personality test, you kind of would answer, there's a 5 level response to each scenario. So in the table below for each statement, 1 to 50, so there are 50 statements, you would determine how much you agree on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is disagree, 2 is you slightly disagree, 3 is you're neutral, whether you're neither here nor there, 4 you slightly agree, and 5 you fully agree in the box to the left. So this is kind of how you would describe yourself. Make sense? So there's 5 if you agree, 1 if you totally disagree, and then somewhere in the rubric you determine where you fit. Alright, so you can take the next 10 minutes to kind of honestly assess yourself. This isn't a test where you pass or fail, it's just to kind of get to know yourself. Still to bring 1 penny. Alright, very good.
You were serious? Okay, I'll bring you one next time.
Sure. I ain't got nothing from how it be, but very cool.
This is for you.
Pardon?
This is not for us. This is the evaluation.
Which one?
The second day.
No, you would fill that out. So whatever your answer is for 1, you put in that little underline thing there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you would add all those figures up. Make sense?
No.
So,
So whatever's the 1, whatever.
well, you have
for
number
6.
1 there.
Yeah.
You would put that number there. And then you said, so if your number 1 is 5, you put 5 in that slot.
Okay.
So it'll be 20 plus 5 minus whatever's number 6 plus whatever's number 11.
Oh, okay.
Right. You can take it off. That's plenty back and forth. You can take it. So when you take this, it essentially gives you an idea of who you are, what you do, what you're about. That kind of stuff. And then we'll tell you how to interpret what you would have said, or what your responses would have been.
How are we to use this page too?
So what you would do is whatever your number was for number 1, you would put there 1. Whatever's number 6, you put there.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then there's a plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. A. Okay, so after you finish out, there's a second page there that has that looks like this, right? So what you do is, where you see the E, you have the number 20 plus, there's a 1 there. Whatever your score is for 1, you put it in that slot. And then you subtract whatever the score is. No, whatever your score is that you gave yourself. So if you give yourself a 3 for being life of the party, you would put 3 in there. In the line. Right, and then you subtract whatever you put for number 6. So if you're number 6, your score was 2, you will put 2 there. Right, so that'll be the 20 plus 3 minus 2, and then you keep on going till you come to the end. Yeah. All right. Everybody good? Everybody calculated? Ready to go? Good. So, your low score, if you have less than 15, it's a low score. If it's between 15 and 30, it's an average score. And if it's higher than 30, it's considered a high score. So when you look at that, you can determine where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, what your downfalls are, and exactly how you fit and how you see the world. Of course, there's nothing bad and nothing good, but it kind of helps you to understand how you respond to customers and how you should prepare when conducting an interview, how you should prepare when meeting someone new, how you should prepare when interacting with any customers. Because as a CFP, you're not just sitting behind a desk somewhere and just far-flung where you have no kind of interaction with people. You have to know how to engage your customers, in turn how to influence your customers to go down a road that you deem is best for them to go down, and then how to deal in turn with difficult customers, because not all your customers will want to go down the road that you think is best for them. Not all your customers would want to buy the product that you want to sell them. Not all your customers come in there, because some people come to CFPs for advice, but they've already made up their mind what they want to do, what they don't want to do. So how you would interact with them, how you would engage them, and how you would essentially win them over. So when you look at it, let's look at your scores and let's see where you fit. So let's deal with the places where you're high. So anywhere you see yourself over 30, this is what it kind of says about you. All right? So you have 5 essential scores. You have the C, A, N, O, and E. Conscientiousness, you have agreeableness, neuroticism, openness, and extroversion or extroversion, okay? So when you have, so let me just give you a basic description of each, and you will find that at the end of your test. So if you're extroverted, it's the personality trait of seeking fulfillment from sources outside of yourself or outside of your local community. And its high scorers tend to be very social, while low scorers prefer to work on their projects alone. So you kind of know where you are. If you're extroverted, you're more gregarious, you're more like for the party, you just come alive when you come among people. Other people are introverted, where they don't want to see anybody, they just rather work by themselves, and they rather, people like accountants and stuff, they like that, they kind of stick them in the office with a desk and paper, and they're good. Extroverts are more your PBOs, your customer service people in the front. Hopefully, those who kind of engage with people. It'll be bad to put somebody who's introverted on your front line. All right? Agreeableness reflects much individuals adjust their behavior to suit others. So they kind of more or less, whatever makes you happy, I'm ready to go with. Whatever, what happened, your face just got straight just now, that are you. Whatever makes everybody happy, that's what I'm going to go with. On the flip side of agreeableness, you have those persons who are antagonists. All right, they kind of don't budge. I don't care whatever the group wants. That it's me, and this is what I feel, and this is how I feel strongly, and you don't agree with that?
No, I just okay. So I am like and I like people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I feel strongly about something, I'm.
So where did you fit in this?
I fall more on the agreeable side.
You fall more agreeable.
Yeah, on the higher side. I am 33. I ain't budging if I don't want to do something.
Your calculator didn't work.
Yeah. That's kind of weird to me. Because it's two sides, different things, and I think I fit on both of them.
So low scorers, tell me where you fit. Is it high scorers are typically polite and like people?
I am polite, I do like people.
Low scorers tend to tell it like it is.
I do that all the
Y'all
time.
know people who just like that, they kind of, I don't care, just how I feel. I can tell you how I feel. Then that's the kind of people, right?
Yeah.
Conscientiousness is a personality trait of being honest and hardworking. High scorers tend to follow rules and prefer clean homes. Low scorers may be messy and cheat others. Now that's very
And cheat others.
That's very out there.
Yeah.
But, so low scorers kind of have there's a method to their madness. There's a method to that mess that they could go to their office and everything all over the place, but they know exactly where everything is. And if you move some out of place, they know that you move it out of that position. That's them. On the other side, you have people who are clean freaks who have everything in a set place. You don't mess this up, you don't move this kind of thing. So it kind of helps them to, this is how they work. This is how, so it's best for you to meet people outside of your office, because if they come in your office, they may be turned off. So meet them at a Starbucks or something and have your meeting out there. But because if they come in your office, it'll look like you are order. It'll look like you just kind of keep everything there. All right, now look on people's face with guilt. I can see it all over your face. And then openness to experiences, a personality trait of seeking new experiences and intellectual pursuits. So your high scorers may daydream a lot. My teacher actually put that on my grade 2 report card. I remember this day. Dina's a good student, but he has a daydream because I'll just be in the class and he just started looking out the window. I gone.
That's my son.
Yeah, I lost. I gone. You know, you could call my name. I gone though. Right? I could be in a class looking at you, yeah, you talking, nodding at the appropriate time, but I gone. I gone. And low scorers may be very down to earth. All right, so it's kind of very. So you kind of see where you fit, and do you? Let me ask this: do you agree with all your scores?
No.
No. You agree with all your scores? Do you agree with all? Sorry, I didn't get both of your names. Let me get who you are, where you're from, why you're in this class. What else we asked them last week? That's it, eh? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay.
Teresa Archer, CIFP first grade in Harvard Bay Branch. I had nothing to do, so there's something to do.
There's something to do. You're like, I got you. How long were you at FCIB?
Next year will be good.
Next year. Oh, you were there from Barclays.
No,
You CIBC. I got you. Okay. The twins shall never meet. I got you. Go ahead.
Brandley Young.
Brandley.
Young.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a business owner and I'm looking to get into the financial industry.
Brandley sound like a rich person there. Brandley. Sound very stush. Right? Good. Good to have you here. So what kind of business do you do now?
Heavy equipment.
I got you. All right, and you will be a certified financial planner. I got you. All right, so that's where we are. So we have extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness to experience. So when you look at the counter to it, you look at, so you have your extroverts, you also have your introverts. So the facet and the correlated trait adjective is that you're gregarious or you're sociable when you have a high score in E. All right? If you have a high score in E, you are sociable, you are assertive, meaning you're forceful, you are energetic, you are adventurous, you are enthusiastic, and you're outgoing. That's more an E kind of person. Did anybody score high over 30 in any area? Everybody. Okay, good. So let me know where you fit. Or you can let yourself know where you fit. Okay? When you are high in A, the total opposite to you is an antagonist. All right? When you're in A, you're forgiving, you're not demanding, you're warm, you're not stubborn, you're not a show-off, and you're not sympathetic. Okay? I mean, sorry, you are sympathetic.
Not sympathetic.
You are sympathetic, all right? When you're high on your C, you are efficient, you're organized, you're not careless, you're thorough, you're not lazy, you're not impulsive. So you take long to make decisions.
It was like, that's the lowest thing I scored on, and I grew up. All my voice was them getting too careless.
You're too careless?
Yeah.
But see, I guess when you grow up, that's a different thing. But
I still careless though.
Good day, everyone. All right, so you are forgiving, you're not demanding, like we said.
But you said that's
You
what
are,
you scored.
sorry, efficient, right. If you're in this category, you're efficient, you are organized, you're not careless, you're thorough, you're not lazy, you're not impulsive, you sound like an accountant. I've been down accountant. You look out,
No, but at high though.
You high?
Yeah.
Well, look like you need to go swing in that area.
We'll take you.
Thank you.
See, and that's the right person to talk to.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So,
Right
matter of fact, I have somebody I would connect you to. I tell them I know somebody who in charge of payroll of Bahama. I can
Not
put you-
payroll.
I mean, accounts payable. I say, I know them.
No, but payroll is getting out too much.
I say, I said, I can make sure. I said, that's straight. That's my student. That's straight. Right? Neuroticism.
Well, you know, we could do a little switcheroo.
I know we can. So when you're neurotic, you're tense, you're irritable, you're not contented, you're shy, you're moody, you're not self-confident. Anybody in this? Anybody got a high in that? Neurotic?
I got 30.
Oh boy. But you don't say you have to be tense and irritable and not contented. And so I don't know how you.
Yeah, I'm not
I know you answer that. I
I
know how you answer
That's right.
I'm very sympathetic.
But you said you agree with your.
patient and.
Yeah, you guys neutral. I think probably because I had a few neutrals in there.
I got you.
I am on either side.
I got you. All right. And then you have openness. Persons are open. They are curious. They are imaginative. They are artistic. They have wide interests. They are excitable. They're unconventional. So these are the people who are your not fly by night. They are your people who are just throw caution to the wind and just anything happens. They travel with their passport in their bag because they don't know where they're gonna be tonight because they may just jump on a plane because they feel like eating. They feel like eating. They feel like eating red lobster tonight, so they realize no red lobster, and that's why they just gotta jump on a plane and just.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the life I want.
See? That's the life you want, but you're struggling being efficient, organized, not careless, thorough, not lazy. So that's the life you want, but then you're thinking, but okay, if I do this, then I can't do this, then I can't do that, then I can't do that. What if I go to the airport and I can't do that? And times you think about all that, the flight then gone. So, you know, that's kind of how you are. So basically, your personality determines how you treat your clients. Your personality also more or less kind of helps you gauge how you would advise your clients. And so the next thing is when you do this, it'll be good for you to kind of put your client through this test so you can kind of know how to approach them. So you will understand that if your client is efficient, organized, not careless, thorough, not lazy, and not impulsive, how would you get that client to purchase a high risk product?
You have to show them the track record of the product.
Okay, and that's a very good answer because they want to know the stability of that product. And how would you sell that high risk product to that kind of customer?
What kind of customer?
Who is efficient, organized, not careless, thorough, not lazy, impulsive. Not impulsive.
Not impulsive. Definitely show them the history on the fund. Go through a process of explaining to them why this would fit them. You know, go through talk to them about their personal finances and why this would suit what it is that they are looking to do.
How would you set up, sorry, let me get your name again.
Charisse.
Charisse, how would you set up a financial planning session for somebody who is considered to be open? Meaning curious, imaginative, artistic, wide interest, excitable, unconventional.
I guess that person is someone who wants to hear the information up front.
Okay.
So you have to, I guess, as you engage them, you have to start with the real benefits of the product up front.
Okay.
That they're open.
Yeah, because I need, just tell me the benefits first.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah,
What's
'cause
going on?
I jump in.
Come.
Exactly. You know them kind of customers. I need to know now what it is. People who are curious, imaginative, how do you tie them down? Let me ask you this. How do you tie them down to creating a budget?
Showing them.
Because, you know, the one thing we don't want to do, those of us who are curious, we don't want to be tracked down because I may be all right this month. Because a lot of times we are impulsive, so I could agree to everything this month. Where did my insurance person change? Yeah. I can agree to all my products, but by month 3, I will cancel that whole life. Because I don't know how you can talk me into whole life. You know? Cancel that. 'Cause, matter of fact, switch the bank, close that checking account, and then, but they have a reason. Somehow they find you, they call you, they find you. Go ahead.
So I guess you would have to show them that you have to kind of give them a reason why they have to be consistent. Certain things you have to show them the reason why it's important to not be spontaneous with certain things, and that things do change, and then you also be able to, depending on what it is that you're serving to them, trying to sell to them or offer them, it's something where they could have this today, but they could also be able to change it for it to grow tomorrow, so they could be able to achieve more things. So it might not be something that's boring to them, where they feel like they're just trapped in this one area. It's something that they could shift and they could grow and they could change it.
Right. How many anybody in here ever read the book The Automatic Millionaire?
I know that.
You have it?
I
Good.
didn't read it yet.
The key to Automatic Millionaire is this: automate all that stuff. They could be, when I say automate, salary deduct everything. Once they don't see it, they ain't gonna touch it. That's how you deal with this kind of people. Now, people who are neurotic, they can be on their account every day, so that could be a little rough. Because they can watch everything and they will know why. When you take this out, they charge me 15 cents. You know, that kind of thing. They will be watching all your. But if you get a person who's always on the go, always moving, always flying, once you take out their salary first, they'll even forget that they had that coming out. So that's how you really deal with these persons. So when you set up a financial plan for them, you kind of set them up where everything goes by either salary deduction or automatic payment. 15 every month, this comes out of your salary or whatever. So how do you deal with a customer who is tense, irritable, not contented, shy, moody, not self-confident? And they come to you at your peak hour, which is after 11 a.m. So 11 o'clock, like, I don't know, for those of us who weren't in the class last week, I'm not good to you before 11 a.m. I still have sleep before 11 a.m. So when I perk up and I'm ready to see customers, it's after 11. So between 11 and 3, that's me. Anytime after 3, I wind it down. Anytime before 11, I try to come up. So I see my customers between 11 and 3. When I see them then, I meet the grumpiest, most stubborn, most antagonistic customer. How do you deal with that person who is your client? And you need that client because they got several $1 million in their account and you need them to kind of, come over. How do you deal with them?
Engagement. And
Okay.
a lot, when you're dealing with a customer, usually if that's your customer, so you know what is going on with that customer, you can start with a soft approach. How's your wife doing?
I don't know my wife.
You see, you know the customer.
Right.
So when I ask that question, I know that him and his wife have a good relationship.
I got you.
So I already know.
So you know this customer.
I know the customer. I know his son in college. And he's
got
studying
you.
to be a doctor.
Right.
Boy, that's a good profession. He can do well. He's a smart boy. It's about engagement.
So you
that's
engage
it.
the customer. And so that means that every customer then you would say is able to be engaged?
Again, that is an existing customer.
If you
Now,
know
if you're
them,
talking
right.
about a new customer, that's different.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't know his attitude initially. So the engagement starts, if he's grumpy or whatever, I would know that because he's new.
Right.
So once we start that interaction, I say, Lord, this is a hard cookie to crack. Then you kind of tend to go towards where he's at. He can say, child, if I'm got money here, vote him out. Maybe you may not want to get involved in politics. You
Right.
say, you could, I say, election coming up, and then we have our options of doing what
Do
we
what you
need
gotta
to
do.
You see what
This
I'm
is what
saying?
you gotta do. Right? I got you. So you pretty much engage people and you meet them at the place where they are.
Yeah.
Because you can, and a lot of times, that's why they will tell you as a CFP when you're meeting a client, the first thing you do is not try to sell a product. You get to know who your customer is. KYC goes beyond just finding out the passport, NIB card, and that kind of stuff. KYC gets to know their family background, how they think, how they feel, and when you get to know that, you get to kind of know what kind of product best suits them. And the kind of product that best suits them may not be the product that they want, but by the time that you get to know their personality, you get to sell them the product that they need, because at the end of the day, the customer is not always right, but the customer always comes first. We understand? We agree? Mm-hmm. Good. So, let's look at your paper again.
How do you score this?
Sorry, good. Next, when you go on the second page, what you do is, when you see number 1, you put whatever you rate number 1 as there. So you put 20 plus whatever that number is, and then whatever number
Wait,
6.
if I
Like how you have 2 here. For number 1,
Oh.
yeah, you put it there. And then 6 would
Okay.
be that, so you just subtract
Okay.
that, and then you work it. All right, so let's look at it. Anybody got a high in number 1? Like that's just like a 5.
Highest.
Let's go with 5.
Right.
Right. That's totally agree. That's agree, right?
Oh, well, sorry, you actually, I actually,
Right. 4 or 5. 4 or 5.
Oh,
you mean this
Right.
section?
Yeah, right. So let's go back to your 50 numbered part. All right. So for number 1, you got an E. I mean, sorry, if you got a 4 or 5, you're an E. You lean more toward E, where you are extroverted. Okay. If you're 3, you're kind of sometimes
Yeah.
you're there. Some
That's
days you
me
talk plenty.
sometimes.
Some days you don't talk to nobody. That's kind of you, right?
I'll be me
Right.
tomorrow.
Friday, payday. Happy
Vacation.
hour?
I-
Vacation. I got
So
you.
I told them don't even come to me.
If you're number 2, you're an A, agreeable. But then you flip it. And how they say you flip it is that if you got a 1, you change it to a 5. If you got a 2, you change it to a 4. If you got a 4, you change it to a 2. If you got a 5, you change it to a 1.
If you got a 1, you change it to
Till
what?
5?
To a 5.
Really?
So if
Yeah.
I feel a little concerned for others, I put 1. That means I really.
No, we ain't got that in the part. Only for number 2. When you tend to find fault with others. You would flip that. No, you don't gotta flip it now. But they're just saying that when you normally do you there's another part of this called reverse scoring. So you kind of know your alter ego. So number 3 does a thorough job. Anybody got a 4 or 5 on that? Good. You sure you're supposed to be where
Number
you are?
3? Am I looking at the
Number
wrong
3
thing?
does a thorough job. Am I right?
I don't
Does a
have
thorough job.
No,
I'm always prepared.
You have a different thing.
Is this right? Let me see. Is this right?
No, that's not the same thing.
Hold on.
You have a different thing.
But this big 5 inventory is correct. Let me see 15. Okay, it isn't the exact same words, but this kind of also means the same thing.
Okay.
It's kind of synonymous with what it says. So, number 3, what does your number 3 say? Let me just use the...
I'm always prepared.
Get stressed out.
I'm always, no.
Oh, no,
Always
prepared.
prepared.
Yeah.
Right, so you do a thorough job. Okay, so you're a C, meaning you're conscientious, always prepared, and it shows that you're conscientious and you're always prepared because you're always thinking about the next person. That's why you prepare. Because you don't want to waste their time. You don't want to kind of give them wrong information, so you prepare yourself prior to. All right, let's look at number 4. Get stressed out easily. Where do you fit in that?
1.
Number 1, anybody get high in number 4?
You get stressed out?
Nobody has ever once
No.
said get stressed and easy. You get stressed and easy?
Yeah, that's what
3? You sometimes you get stressed, sometimes you don't. Okay, nobody on this gets stressed easy. I like that. There should have been a class that give test too. You don't get stressed and easy. No. All right. Because if you were, it would say that you would be neurotic. You get stressed out easily because you're always worrying about getting it right. You're always worried about if something goes wrong, you get pissed off easy. That kind of thing. All right? You have a rich vocabulary. Anybody got a high on that? 4 or 5?
What is that?
Guess nobody like to
3.
toot their own horn. 4. You got a
3, 4.
4. Good. Has a rich vocabulary. All right. Number 6. Don't talk a lot. Is reserved. Anybody like that? 2. So you talk plenty. I got you. Sometimes. I got you. So you don't talk to anybody. Totally agree that you don't talk a lot. They ain't got much words to say. Okay, if you were, you would be an E, extroverted. That's your alter ego. Okay? If you don't talk a lot, you're introverted. Let's look at it. You leave your belongings around. That's you, because let me say you're careless. That's you.
Yeah.
Let me see. That's what I mean. Leave my belongings around. 5. Right. So you careless. So the best person for you, if you're gonna be that kind of person, and you are like me, who I do good with big thinking, but let me try to do the little small. I can't.
You know.
I'm a 1, my husband's a 5.
Yeah, follow up in me. Let me think big, let me dream big, let me come up with all the ideas, and then you kind of,
Yeah, you do the work.
you piece it. I know, mind you. Oh, you and me people, I see what I want. I know what I want. When I see it, I know it.
Oh my God, that's it.
But how to get there?
Yeah.
I think women are better at trying to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why the Lord say it ain't good for us to be alone. That's why he said it ain't good. Because we can think that way, but then follow. I can't follow up. Sorry. I can't follow up. Alright. I'm interested in people. Now nobody's ever said they're interested in people. But I know because everybody I guess will say they have a high on that. 4, 5, right? Y'all don't say nothing.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Sometimes you're into people, sometimes you're into people. I got you. All right. Have difficulty understanding abstract ideas.
2.
I got
2.
2. I got 2.
You sure? 2. You have difficult. So you have abstract ideas. You can kind of make sense out of things that didn't make sense.
I have
Yeah.
4.
You got 4. You can make sense of things that don't make sense.
No.
What does it say?
No, it's the
Sorry,
opposite.
am I right?
It's the
No.
opposite.
Like, I don't like people to give me
Difficulty.
scenarios, like,
Have difficulty
And-
understanding.
You have
abstract
difficulty
ideas.
understanding. You have a difficulty understanding.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
you need somebody to talk
I
straight.
need.
Talk straight.
Yeah,
I got
I
you.
can't take circles.
no, 2.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Feel comfortable around people.
5.
4.
You feel comfortable around people.
Yeah,
You can meet new people and just
No
Jump in.
problem.
you don't hear that much from accountants. What about you?
3, I guess.
3.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may be gotta be in the mood.
No, I mean it depends on the crowd.
Depends on the crowd. I got you. What about you? You feel comfortable around people. 4. You can just jump in. Sorry, let me get your name.
Claudia.
Claudia, what kind of work do you do?
Used to be a banker.
Used to be a banker. Which bank?
Royal.
Yeah, last week.
Royal.
She was
Yeah,
last week.
She was the week before.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was there. 'Cause she had the shirt on and usually she was like, but I don't
What
put a
time
hair
finish?
over to them.
You're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was sitting in the corner here.
See what happened? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about Aya. She was wearing blue shirt last week.
Yeah.
This week she come with this
She
color
was
shirt.
like,
You gotta keep the same shirt on.
With the dark too.
I feel
Like, RBC.
because I'm like
Yeah.
I really thought she was a new person coming to class. I said okay, we got a whole new person coming to class. I am so sorry. I really have to do better.
Yeah, she was.
I really have to do better.
I guess I have to do better. That wasn't memorable at all.
No, I promise you, I really have to do better. All right, so insult people. Now nobody here has ever said they insult people.
I disagree.
How do you do with insulting people? You're 1 or 2.
I don't.
You don't insult people. Do you?
I have it.
I have
1. Oh Lord, she don't insult nobody.
1.
You have a 1. You don't insult anybody.
1.
2.
Come on. Yeah, I know you're gonna get. Somebody gotta come with a 2. Somebody got. Some people y'all look
Some
to
other people
insult.
might be saying 2.
Yeah.
I put the wrong thing for this.
Would
I
you
was supposed to put 2, but I put 4.
No, tell the truth. She do that.
I sometimes
I know you want to insult people.
I
Right?
want
That's
to-
why you are. Right?
You want to, but you don't.
You don't insult people. You don't outwardly insult. Okay, gotcha. All right. Pay attention to details.
No.
5.
5.
4.
You sure you're in the right profession again? Y'all sound like y'all need to start recruiting. You know? What about you?
4.
4.
You have to pay attention to detail when they deal with.
I have been
Numbers.
always told that I do well in audit and compliance.
Right. Because you nitty gritty. You just meticulous. They call it meticulous, but it just means you really, you know, you. That's the word. You right there, and you ain't gonna stop till you find that.
Right.
You be a good talent supervisor. Y'all
Find that penny.
Y'all talent
Find that
supervisors.
penny.
Yeah. You don't need to make sure I'm ridiculous because you work heavy equipment. Just mow everything down. What you got?
Another 3.
3. I got you. All right. Worry about things.
4.
4.
You
4.
stop up in my numbers.
Sorry, Lauren. I've been in Lauren. I have together. Mind you, I see LC, and it's hold on. We do have Lauren here. Lauren, Let me ask you, which page you want to be on? Well, Lauren, I know you don't insult people. I know that part. So what about pay attention to details? I know Lauren is a telesupervisor. Tell you, I haven't got Lauren as a telesupervisor. Telesupervisors are normally the ones who ascend to telesupervisor in the bank. Are normally the ones, and the bank managers they're the ones who ridiculous. Those ones who really don't send the loans. Send the loans. Those who are meticulous send the teller, and they ascend to audit. Those who are loans ascend to credit administration. It's just a natural flow. And then those who ascend from being meticulous go up to managing director. Didn't wait too long, because you need somebody who ain't too.
Need balance.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, that's how it does.
Like,
It is what it is, right? Let's go about it. I'm keeping the background. Anybody in here keeping the background? 1 to 5. You got a 3. So you like 2. 2. You'll go into a room and be the one to go in the corner, or you'll find the person who you know. That's y'all? Yeah, you'll find the person you know.
said slightly disagree that I keep in the background.
Slightly disagree.
Yeah,
You are 2.
Mhm.
I got you. So everybody's a 3.
I mean, I'll enter a room and probably sit and then feel. And
Feel
then
the vibe, and then you go out. Nobody ever is the life of the party where they just jump in and just talk to
No.
anybody. No?
It depends how I feel. I ain't like.
Yeah.
But to be a CFP, sometimes you just gotta
Yeah.
smooth, because you'll go into a room with a bunch of clients, prospective clients,
Yeah.
and you gotta be able to mix and mingle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drink a
if
little wine.
it's a
Yeah.
part of my
It don't take me
duties,
long.
Right.
then I'll do it. But
But
it's not
naturally,
just chilling out.
naturally,
Yeah.
it doesn't
It-
come out.
It wouldn't take me long. I just need to come in and then
And then feel the vibe.
Mhm.
When you feel the vibe, then you flow. I
I try to get
understand.
everybody in my office to drink.
What?
I can only deal with numbers. We have to. How that? I mean, you gotta get drunk. We'll have some.
So sympathize with other people's feelings.
Extra 0 after those paychecks.
You understand? Let me know when the payroll coming around. Sympathize with others' feelings.
4.
4.
Where's that? 5.
5.
I have a bad. That's a bad thing. That's a bad trait.
I mean, it's a good and a bad thing, because if you sympathize too much, sometimes they could use you and get over on you. But it's also good to empathize. So it's best to empathize with people. You don't necessarily put yourself in their situation, but you say, I understand where you are. I got you. I feel you. Can't give you, but I feel you.
That's
You know,
the
like-
problem right there.
But your problem is I totally understand. Totally understand. So you make a mess of things. Tell the truth, Jim the devil.
I put 2. Wait,
You
no,
put-
no, make a mess.
No,
One.
you sure you're the 5?
Stop, my
Make a
God.
mess.
You disagree. I know because if you are not clumsy, which one we say you are?
Careless.
If you careless, you just make a mess of things because you don't know where things are.
Yeah,
So you hire them too.
I like 4.
I know.
Yeah.
See, they normally marry. They normally come together. Because when you are careless, when you say you make a mess of things, that doesn't necessarily mean you're dirty. It just means that you can't find where you put.
Yeah, always.
And then when you can't find where you put, then you late for this, and then people late because the thing is set up properly, and then everything on you. That's you. All right. So you kind of get to know who you are, and when you know your weakness, you know where your strengths need to come from. Because if you're going to be a CFP, one of the key things is that you have to be meticulous because you deal with people with money. And 2 things you don't deal with is people, money, and people children. 2 things you don't mess with, right? That's my dad used to tell me. Don't mess with my children, don't mess with my money. All right? So when you deal with people's money, it's key to be meticulous. It isn't good to be messy. And if you are messy, you either hire somebody who ain't messy, or you build that trait within yourself. What you can do, you pay people to do. Simple. I guess. Right? So, seldom feel blue.
3.
3. I got you. 3. A lot of people are 3, right?
I can make myself happy.
You can make yourself happy. I know. You're like, drinks on me. You make yourself happy. Right? I'm not interested in abstract ideas. So we back here to abstract ideas.
3.
You're not interested in abstract ideas. You need everything sometimes I like abstract ideas because
Yeah.
if they're floating around, then I'd be like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you don't like abstract ideas, you may miss opportunities. Because sometimes your best opportunities are found in those abstract things that don't make sense. They're not in the straight line, but that thing that's an outlier, maybe the thing that kind of is the linchpin to everything else, all right? So this kind of helps you to know how to balance your personality and how to deal with other people, all right? Start conversations. Anybody like that? They like to start conversations?
3.
Anybody is a 4? You could just walk in the room, just start any conversation. I got you. 3. I got you.
4.
You 4. You can just walk in and just start. Hey, how you doing? How everybody? Boy, this government ain't no. You just start. Just roll from there. Yeah, politics and start anything. Just roll from there, right? All right. I'm not interested in other people's problems.
1.
You always interested in other people's problems, mate. You like other people's problems. You know how you can help. That's what I mean. Not that you nosy, you just don't know how you can help.
Yeah.
If you could help.
If I see my team come in and they look a certain way, I know how they always.
I got you.
I pull them to the side.
Remember to give you that name and the email address for I live. No, I talking sense. No, I talking. I promise them that you're gonna get. I gonna connect. Now my job is to connect. I can't promise them a job. I can just connect. That's all my job is to do connect. For real though.
My boss tell me interview as much people as I want. So.
Exactly. This person I know they heavy background accounts. Heavy background accounts. All right. Like 30 years. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
So.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Get chores done right away. That ain't you. So close your mouth.
God,
You all of you agree or you disagree? Put that as a 2.
like yesterday, I finally cleaned my fridge.
You need a 2.
It was like you cleaned.
Yeah, because you was totally opposite. Matter of fact, that's why your squad the any make no sense.
Guys are paying
That ain't make no sense. No, see,
Put it on the wrong line.
this is the same reason why we call it because he paid attention. He answered the whole thing wrong. He answered the whole thing wrong. But this is synonymous with what he was saying about himself.
Yeah.
This is totally like he just answered the total opposite. Right?
Yeah.
But that's who he is, because he say you know. When you say, get yours done right away, no. You keep pushing. You procrastinate. Anybody else is procrastinating? Yeah. My name is Dino, and I procrastinate. That's me. Cause see, I like that last minute rush. Like when I was in
Last
CUB,
5 minutes of my best.
I had 15 pages to write, and I waited the last day. Because I know 12 o'clock I put this in. So I started about 10. I went that for the day.
2 hours?
And then 11:30. Not even power gone off. The thing start circling. Jesus Christ. And they say, Microsoft Word is stop responding. So I say, you know what?
Write it.
The longer I take the try wait, the longer time I miss. So shut the thing down, start again. Because if we do 15 minutes, if we do 15 pages in hour and a half, you got a whole half hour left to write it all over again.
Wow.
And you just some one time I literally did not sleep for 24 hours. I called into work, not where I work now. I called into work where I used to work, and I took the whole 24 hours to write a 30-page paper. And push it because I like that thrill. When you finish and your head hurting and your eyes red, you feel accomplished,
No.
right? But that's my problem. I procrastinate.
Yeah.
But when you procrastinate, you don't give the best stuff that you could give.
No, I just start. I believe in starting. So if I have a paper to do, of course, I have a paper to write, I'm going to start. I'm probably write out. I'll start jotting down ideas.
Me too.
How I can lay it out.
That's what I do.
And then,
I jot, never do it.
and then I'll put together. Then I start pulling.
So you
But
gotta-
the thing is, then I get to a stop. And then I start to, okay, well, I got time. Because I already know I already have.
Because you start early. The matter of fact, there's a new book out with that. You start early, and they say the best people, the most creative people, are the ones who start early, and then they lag. And then they let the pressure that last minute
That's what I do.
bring them new ideas. See, that's you.
That's like month end
Yeah,
for me.
ready to go.
I don't think I should have posted from the 15th.
But you got a vacation tomorrow. So you better post it before you leave. So you get yours done right away. Anybody else with a high of that? you get chores done right away. Lauren, what about you?
Which number that is?
Get chores done right away. Number 23.
No.
Damn you.
You don't have time for that.
You don't get time for that too. And everybody who is like that, you got a chair that holds
All the clothes.
clothes. Right there. And you got that basket designated for clean clothes that came out of the dryer
Like gym bag.
that you ain't really fold yet.
That is true.
How do you know
You
that?
get that
That's true.
you get that bag in the house that you been away last time and silly
I hate unpacking.
That's you. I feel it. I feel it in the room. It's in the room.
I hate it.
But that's just us.
I said to my daughter, I said, when you gonna fold in those clothes and put them in the, she said, what's the point? I'm gonna put them on.
So you figure if you put them on your bed, then you will fold them up. Then you realize I only need half the bed.
I
So just push on the side and you can sleep.
No, I can't sleep with stuff in my bed.
No, I can't.
So,
But if I have a chair there,
put your chair, you just pile up till it reach the roof.
I might have 2 change of clothes in that chair.
But that's just.
Oh man.
Now, if you're meticulous, and it's kind of weird because meticulous people are the ones who are normally hoard. So it's kind of weird how they do that. But it is what it is. All right, you have excellent ideas. Of course, everybody gets something 45. You only say you got stupid ideas.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, I have amazing ideas.
I know you got amazing ideas. That's right, encourage yourself. Yeah, don't let nobody put you down. You got amazing ideas. I tell you, let me get your name again.
Bradley.
Brentley.
Bradley.
That sound Wolford Bay-ish. Right? That sound out there. All right. Number 26. I have little to say.
2.
You got plenty to say. You sure you're on the right track now? You on 1?
Yeah.
You got plenty to say.
Yeah.
I got you. And you agree with yourself? You got plenty to say? 3. Still a 3.
I realized when I'm chatting, I look back and I realized the majority of the conversation was me.
Yeah. You got plenty to say.
I don't, like, I have a lot to say if I'm talking about a topic that's
Of
interesting.
interest to you.
Yeah.
And has purpose and productivity, but I don't
got
like
you.
idle talk.
But you don't talk, yeah. Talking to me tired. But I lie. I guess I gotta talk here. But it's kind of weird because when I come here, I talk plenty. But when I'm by myself, I don't want to say nothing much. So, no, but give me a book, and like, good. When I come to class, just see me. See me like, people don't realize I'm shy. I'm really like, crowd, I good. One-on-one,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. I will never see me come in front of you and start a conversation.
Do you know when I travel, if I sit on the plane, if I'm sitting in the boarding lounge, I'm traveling by myself, I
Mhm.
always engage a conversation.
Because you know, I always read people who meet millionaires sitting next to them. But I say I've never meet one.
Why I gotta meet one?
They never talk.
On the same trip.
People say they always say, you know what, when you want to become something great in life, go buy first class and just sit in the front and you just talk to the person next to you, find out they are oil tycoon or they know somebody who knows somebody who, like I know somebody who will charge accounts payable who I get back a personal job. Like you gotta know people, but you gotta talk. You gotta talk. Now, I know somebody who's an account payable manager. I know somebody who's a branch manager. And when you come to the branch, if you need somebody who did the job on the talent lineup, you know the branch manager. When you want a pen from a stush place, you know somebody who works in private banking. When you want your little bonds to up, you know, I just bought a piece of property. I need my land clear. That's him.
There you go.
You better talk to people. Where you work again? Hans Backer. Let me see what I get from Hans Backer. Something. But because you never know who you will kind of connect with, and you never know. And the thing is, persons who you may consider who you may not consider to be your client, could be the person who knows somebody you need to connect with. All right, so you just kind of have to be. So how many people have little to say? You only one person have one. You have 2. You always got something to say. Always got something to say. Always got something to say.
Count 3.
Sometimes he ain't got too much to say. He ain't got too much to say. He ain't got too much to say. All right, let's go. Have a soft heart.
5.
5.
3.
Sometime.
Sometimes.
I got you.
That's my heart.
I'm hard to solve.
Sometimes.
I've never failed a student in none of my classes. Not even I was waiting on you one day.
My apologies.
They ain't got nothing else to say about the insurance people, right? You good?
This is right here. Thank you. Oh, Jesus.
So now since you came, 7:13, we gotta carry the class at 9 o'clock, right?
Thank you.
Don't mind me. All right, let's go on. But I know where you fit for this next. Was I really gonna ask you where you fit? Often forgets to put things in that proper place. Everything I ask you. 2. You do 2? What'd you give yourself? See? You get that right. Yeah. You get that right. Number 5. Number 5. Often forget to put things in a proper place. That's me. No, isn't me? Not really. Like I may forget, but I'll find it. I'll put it back when I see it.
Yeah.
But then some people see it and still don't put it back to where it's supposed to be.
No, I see him. I see
That's
him.
how Robert started.
But I ain't remember.
That's how Robert started.
I remember.
Right. Matter of fact, you don't remember to find it. To put it in the right place. I got you. Number 29. Get upset easily.
3.
3. Anybody else short of patience in here?
1.
Who said 1?
I disagree.
It depends. It depends on what. Lauren.
It depends on who the person is.
I got you. Sometimes the patience long for certain people. Sometimes it's short. I got you. All right. So talk to a lot of. Oh, how many percent do not have a good imagination? Tell the truth.
3.
How many have 4 or 5 for that? You don't have a good imagination. That don't go for you because you're awesome at this. That don't go for you. Would you
When
have?
you said imagination, I took it to mean like I don't like to watch like fiction and stuff like that. Like space. I mean, that's
When it comes to imagination,
not true.
you can't think outside of the box. You're always in the box.
Okay, no.
You can't think what?
Outside of the box. You're always in the box. If it ain't black and white, if it ain't here, I can't say how it work.
I think somebody all the time, it's either black or white picture, and there's no gray.
Right. But you're an accountant. That's what happens. That's you. What they expect. That's you. But if you're going to be a CFP, you have to be able to think outside of the box and try to engage a client and put them in different scenarios that can help them get in a better state. Let me see. Some people here, this will go for you either. Oh, wait, hold on. Talk to a lot of people, different people at parties. I know you just talk to different people at somebody because you got to sell on insurance. Insurance people got, I don't know if they got to put it on or if it's just natural, but insurance people always
They just
feel like
natural.
they can talk.
They natural.
They all feel like they can talk, you know? So talk to a lot of different people at parties. That's you?
Yeah, I do.
You can talk. You could go to a party and just talk to everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but
If I see
you could-
someone that interests me.
I got you.
What are you talking about?
No, let's see. That's different.
Like that's
say
the time.
everybody.
Because I
That's
talk
what
to a
I
lot
love.
of different people at parties. So sometimes they may not interest you. You don't know if they interest you until you meet them. But you won't meet them if you don't feel like talking to them. But I ain't you.
No.
When you go to a party, you find who you know or find who you like and just go straight there.
I mean, at first, but then I would roam around and then.
You would roam around afterward and talk to different people.
Yeah.
Anybody else like that? Or you go to a party, you get one drink and you sip on that one drink for the rest of the night and don't talk to nobody. Anybody like that? No?
It could be me.
Tell the truth. Your hand up and down a little bit.
Be honest.
It could be you. Yeah, it could be you.
I'm not
'Cause
talking to a lot, like I'm gonna talk to very few people.
nobody saying talk to a lot of different people.
No.
So
Not at
you
all.
you don't care their mannerisms,
I
don't care.
have to
You
for that.
just talk to everybody.
I
Like
can't go to a
everybody.
bar and party. I can wake that party right up to pieces.
I got you. Wake it right
I
up
can
to
wake that
pieces.
right up to pieces.
She can wake it up
I
to
can have
pieces.
everybody laughing and everybody can be drunk.
Y'all too good flow because she don't like people sober. That's her right there. She don't like seeing people
Everybody can be
sober.
drinking.
If you walk in a straight line, you in a red. I got you. All right. So I'm not really interested in others.
I put 1, I disagree with that.
Some people work in social kind of environments, but they really don't like people. That kind of like ushers who in church who don't like people. I always tell ushers who in church who don't like people. Because they always hate when you come late because they hate to kind of tell you come.
Tell you what,
Wrong, sit down, wrong place. Some people who come, or some people who work in fast food places, they screw. They don't like people, they don't like
that's true.
confusion, they don't like, and they, some banks, people don't smile, they just sit down in the chair and just roll. And I ain't calling no bank name, but y'all know the bank I'm talking about. They just don't talk to nobody. They just, you know, they don't like people. And then they're on the front line. But people don't like people in the back. So I can understand how that works. But if you are a person who is not really interested in people, maybe a CFP is not for you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
CFP require you to be a people's like an extrovert.
Right. Not really, and if not extrovert, at least like people to the place where you want to see the best for them.
For them,
If you're
right.
just looking at numbers, you're not going to be a good CFP.
That's
You could
true.
be hired by the CFP to be the person's accountant. Stay in the back.
That's true.
Go to the desk. Don't interact with people. Because people spend more money when they're happy.
That is true.
And people who ain't
So you
happy
put
when you
persons
make
with
them happy.
CFP at the front to deal with the people to
Right.
get the money
That's
out of
why
them.
your lenders are normally your CFPs.
Oh wow.
Because they can talk to you and say, hey man, listen, you show you the credit card.
That's
you won't
true.
go be right. Why you want to spend your money? You don't gotta spend money, put on a fix and then you can hold that fix against your credit card. Because you know, you don't get used to fix up your credit card. You should keep on revolving the credit card and keep the fix. So I win two things. I win the fix and your credit card.
Wow.
And then when your credit card get too high, then I get another loan on you because I got not consolidated because you really want to break the fix.
Wow.
Alright? That's how you work, is you get a fix your credit card and you get a loan. So that's the kind of people you need on the front line. You don't need no sour people being your loan officer.
That's true.
Because you need them to work that loan. Or if the client come in, I really know what I want, but then your patience short because you don't really like people, and so I need you to hurry up because I gotta go to lunch. But then these tellers who like go to lunch, and they
They
know
don't care.
people on the line, but
They
I ain't
don't
calling no bank
care. Oh,
again.
please call the name. RBC.
They ain't calling the RBC name because
Heartless.
nobody work with RBC. At least we calling no bank.
I call it.
They have a
Happy
big-
and I want to hear.
You call the bank and have a big-
Everybody in here.
So let's look at
It's
this.
not the teller.
You want to tell it?
No.
I like your feeling.
It's not the teller.
No, they say it's the
It's the
system.
supervisor.
No, they say it's the system.
It's
What's supervisor?
And the system.
It's the system.
The system. Yeah, the system always down. The system.
System slow.
No,
So
no,
I
no.
work-
It's the bank's system.
I worked
The
as
bank
a
needs them to get out of a certain
I
time.
worked as a teller. And it's you, honestly, because the system will always be down. But you let your customer know. First of all,
No, no,
let
no.
your
I don't
customer
mean
know.
the system.
What kind? You mean the bank
I mean the
system?
bank system.
But yeah, again, I say it's you.
I agree.
No,
said
your
something
supervisor
different.
will come
No, I
and tell you to
understand.
go to lunch.
Or that's the supervisor.
They can't work.
Yeah, because the supervisor is the person. I know.
Yeah.
I understand. Just deal with them supervisors, please.
My
So-
tellers for the last week went straight through lunch, so.
They work straight through?
Yes.
So I tell you, it ain't in the bank in halfway.
Definitely if it's Caribbean bank.
No. See? And she just reached. And she know the
But the
difference.
line's
First
still
Caribbean.
long, they don't have enough tellers.
First Caribbean and Commonwealth
It's a
Bank have the system, bank service on lock.
We're working on that.
bad.
Right, Lauren? Yeah, we're working on that. So, number 33, like order. Once again, I ain't you.
I mean, I like
order.
it, but I can't keep it.
Oh yeah, that's a different thing. Like it and that doing is two different things. Anybody like order? Well, that,
Me, I like
definitely
order.
she like order because
I
she have a
like
whole.
order.
Remember now, her
Everything
year
has
is
to be
planned
organized,
till December.
for real.
Her year, did you? She
I have to be able to find my client's files on.
Her phone have a client line.
No joke.
Till the end of the year.
For
So she
real.
like order. If she lose her phone, she lose her mind.
That's true. That is true. That is
That's like
so
some people,
true.
they lose their little,
cannot lose my
their little
phone.
diary. You know the little diary with the
That will
bank
set me
is-
back years.
They lose their mind. Pardon? I hear you, Lauren.
No, I said that's like.
Yeah. Because you need order. You lose if somebody comes in your office and they move something from here to here.
Boy, ooh, child.
Anybody ever been to somebody's office who have a note to the cleaners to say don't touch nothing? That's one of them.
I have actually told the cleaners whatever I leave on my desk and the way I leave it,
Yeah.
leave it just like that. Do not touch it. I tell her dust around it, but don't
Some
touch
people,
anything on my
some people
desk.
just like that.
I have
'Cause
things
I know
set
where
up
I left
how
this.
I can pick this up
I
the
have
next morning.
organized mess. I know what I'm going to touch the first thing coming to work in the morning.
That's me.
Now, as a
That is
CFP,
me.
I guess you all don't have clean desk policy then.
I do, my desk is very organized, I don't have a bunch of
Clean desk
paper.
policy.
listen to his bites.
No bunch of, no, seriously, and I believe in having a clean desk. Now, if-
We have a clean desk policy.
No,
Sometimes
no,
not have nothing on that desk, nothing.
Yeah, shame,
No
Nothing.
paper, everything has to be locked down.
No, man, I can't wait for that.
That can't wait for
Everything
us.
pertaining to work have to be on the top of my
Y'all
head.
bankers
Like
don't
we
get
got
in
a
this
fingertip
insurance.
command.
people.
For real.
That's a risk, you know.
Y'all bankers don't get
Fingertip
this insurance
command.
business, they know. But the thing is, when you like order so much, and it's a good thing to like order, but as a CFP, that can kind of be an Achilles heel for you. Because you have a customer who can often change their mind. A client.
Yeah, but we call them prospects.
No,
If the deal
you're
is
talking
closed,
about
the
your
deal is
client.
closed.
You're talking about your
Right,
client.
right.
You could have a millionaire client who could just on the whim, you want to meet here. You have all your stuff set up here. But then determine, I don't meet here. I'm in the golf course. You gotta pack everything up here. You
No,
can't-
everything in one file.
You can't
No,
be
when we say
that.
order, you have to be able to know where to find your client stuff.
Right.
At fingertip command when they need.
But we talking
when they come in,
about that
especially
level
for
of
those
order.
walk-in clients that walk in and they don't even tell you when they come in, and they have 10, 20 things they want changed.
Yeah, that's
You
me.
better be able to find them files
I
and
want
find
change
them
it.
fast.
As a matter of fact, when I come in, they don't ask me for my ID again because I've been banking here for the past 20 years. Trust me, we get clients who come in. I've been banking 20 years, and you ask me again for passport.
Wow.
One more time.
That's the central bank is now requesting everybody to
To do it.
But you can't tell them that.
See, you know what? As a former central banker, I will stand here and say the answer.
Hey, so they blame everything on
You
central
like
bank.
blame the
Hey, so
central bank and the
It
answer,
is a requirement.
which is
it is central bank.
They
These
are
companies.
now requiring to ensure that KYC is updated continually.
right. But central bank also requires you to now ensure that you make it easy for your client.
Oh, they have. We
So
have.
when we expect that when you not be, central bank expects when you take the people there, put it on the file. Because you still have some banks now who still have, you got a fax here, they got to wait for your branch to fax your ID to them.
Let me give you an example.
I ain't calling no bank name.
No, don't call
But
bank
there's required, your branch is, that branch, oh, we got it in our system here. You got to fax
No,
that.
but you joking. I went to a particular bank recently to open up an account. Now, the bank's policy, or I'm thinking central bank is encouraging Bahamian banks to, make business easy, do business in an easy
Right.
way, make life easy for Bahamians to do business with you.
Right.
Because we know all the changes that were done in the past, which made it difficult for Bahamians to do business with certain banks. Well, this one particular bank, I don't travel with my passport. I'll say it again. I do not travel with my passport. However, I have my passport photo, my entire passport, every page, in my phone. I had the picture of my passport. So I went to the bank to open up the account. I told the lady, I said, miss, let me forward this to you now so you can get this on email. You know what she tell me? She have to see the original. I almost fall on the ground.
They have to.
I was like, you gotta be kidding
See,
me.
that's what I'm
That's
accustomed
central
to
bank.
them.
You
It's
have to have
called
a
take your
certified copy of this.
Let me speak to you on behalf of compliance and the former central bank. I need to know that you see the original.
Exactly.
What a time. I thought it was the craziest thing ever.
So much poetry going around.
Reiterate.
As a former central banker and a compliance officer, I need to know that
So it's
your
not
bank.
because not arbitrary.
Once you print that,
Requirement.
once you
Nothing
tell
is
whoever
being
put office
done
to print that,
arbitrarily.
they have to actually stamp
Stop
that
it
and
saying it's
attest
original.
to say
Because
that
no, see, I can't take that. The truth of the matter is, and let me tell you
It's gonna be
something.
the exact same passport.
I can print you.
Yeah, but
they
we don't
have
know
the
your
number in
copy
your
is the original.
I can print you the
How much is
guidelines for account opening procedures from the central bank dictates that the person in the branch must verify. Verify meaning
I thought it was
see
so
the
crazy.
original.
And this is a true copy.
And this is a true and and also as a JP, I have to tell you that you must be a true and certifiable copy of the original.
That's right.
If not, I go to jail.
The other day
What
we
a
had this,
time.
client and they wanted to, because we have, it's long list of authorized signatories and this is for an international bank. And so they wouldn't accept our certified copies with our in-house notary. They sent another, they bank with Citibank as well. So they sent the Citibank officer, Citibank New York sent their Citibank person to come to our location in person and see all of our identical passports. And she had to certify that they wouldn't even accept.
Exactly, because I don't know how to exist.
They wouldn't accept y'all certified,
Y'all gonna do some funny business on you. I don't know what y'all lawyer.
I missed that.
Yeah, y'all here. I don't know what y'all doing here.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all doing here, so I gotta send my people to make sure
That is
that they
crazy.
see
See,
it.
that's a lack of trust. I see, but that business like that is a turn off for
Because
me.
once it's done by
For me, that's a lack of
notary, then you
trust.
say
That's
you
a
don't
turn off.
respect, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You know, they can do about that though.
No, that's what they want, that's what they want. Even you
Well,
want to
no,
I
come
didn't
over, you don't want to come
I didn't
over.
open up the account with that bank
Excuse me,
because I just thought that was offensive.
No, but that's any bank you go and ask them to ask you for that.
That's
So,
why I decided to stay with the bank somewhere. I was like, I don't need to open up on a bank. No,
but then they're gonna ask you for the same thing.
That's alright.
Yeah.
You gotta just
No,
adjust to
I
some
really,
things.
really was.
But at least
upset.
Central Bank-
I was really upset. And I think
Something.
it's the way she said it too. It wasn't even put in a nice way. I was like, you know, something let me get about. Yeah, the tone was like,
Okay, that's
just,
different.
you know,
Yeah, her
I already
tone-
upset
her
that you
tone
didn't
is-
say.
Yeah, that's different.
And I'm like, Miss, this is my passport right here. You
But
know?
she should have said for central bank requirements, and you would have said, okay,
No, she
central
didn't
bank
say,
is
she had
asked.
to
You
say,
should
you
say.
know, she's like, all she do is say, Miss Williams, I would love to accept it,
Uh-huh.
but I'm so sorry, I
Right,
really
uh-huh,
can't.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
company's
it's a tool.
policy.
Uh-huh, yeah.
You know, I would really love, because I don't see the difference.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, she did it, honey, I coming right back. Let me go make it quick back. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't put a discount. We cannot accept that. And I'm like, really? I'm out here.
Well, at least central bank made it a little easier because they only require you to have your passport and either your NIB card. You don't need proof of address and all that other
That's
stuff.
Central Bank's
Uh-huh.
guidelines.
But
That's
each
not
bank has their own
policies.
policies as
There you
well,
go.
yeah.
On top
Well,
of that.
basically only the international banks like Royal Bank, Scotia, because they have to comply with their parent requirement.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about FCIB. I don't
Oh,
know
no,
they-
no, ours is more stringent than.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Let's try this.
Okay, can I ask you a question
sure.
on this personality test?
Sure.
If a person with a CFP, can they fail this? Is this good
No,
if they were to
no,
fail
they
this?
don't
How is
fail.
this- What is
They
this?
don't
What is
fail.
this measured against?
What it is it essentially tells you who you are. Right?
Okay.
It tells you who you are, and it tells you your weaknesses and your strengths, right? It tells you what you need to work on. It tells you what could also be your Achilles heel. It could also tell you how you interact with customers. It could also tell you how you see other people based on your own personality, because you really see them through the lenses that you have developed over these years.
But do you realize there's an old saying that goes, you are who you attract?
But you can always attract who you are, because as a client,
No, but I'm
you
just,
may.
you know,
Yeah, I mean,
there's a
but
saying.
technically-
the majority of my clients have my exact same personality.
That's a lot of personality.
They happy, they bubbly, they love to give, you know, they kind.
Like
you
all your
know?
clients?
Yeah.
Let me send some. I got some people to send to you then. I got some people to send your
They
way.
full of energy.
But
and,
but
you
we
know?
also touched on that where you say how do you deal with antagonistic customers, because sometimes you have difficult people.
Yeah.
So let's try this. Let's try, and you know certain banks have more difficult people than other banks. Yeah. So
Change my mood.
let me try to. You change your mind mood a lot. Anybody like that?
Bye.
The little
You're fine.
the little
You agree?
bipolarish. That mood has changed.
I
based
just
on-
changed my mood.
I agree. My mood has changed kind of quick. No, it has changed quick. It's changed.
But it changed quick in a lot of different things.
Pardon?
Like someone can say something to you that just offends you.
No, I talk about sometimes you don't need you have some people, you don't need to say none to them.
They're just in a
You
bar.
just had to walk in the room.
You just don't know who you meet the next day. Anybody have people like that? They
Yes.
You don't know who you meet.
I know some of them.
I'm not that
What about you? He just look like he calm all the time. He just look
bad. Yeah. Easy going.
like he just
Yeah,
level,
easy going.
right? And so if you anybody got a high on that, change their mood a lot. You got a
I put
5.
that as a 1 for me.
I think more so because honestly, I think that's more so what I've been told more than what I think for myself.
True that.
So people say you're
But that's
moody. You're a moody person.
No, but that's your best barometer. You don't see yourself. Matter of fact, everybody thinks they have awesome ideas.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks
Amazing.
that they
Well,
are amazing.
It's like this.
awesome.
I think I.
Gotta love yourself,
I,
eh?
I think it's more of an indecisive kind of thing, because like I'm like the kind of person that if I feel like we meshing and we having a vibe or we doing, you know, working in an atmosphere, and if I feel that you having a certain kind of attitude, then I'm gonna shift from.
See? And that's the thing. Notice what you say. If I feel
Yeah.
you have a certain attitude, then I can treat you like how you treat me.
I say, well, you know.
Yeah.
Stay in my
If you have a bad day today, you stay over there. I ain't trying to change your day. You just stay over there with your bad day. Because if you come in my office with your bad day, then you got a worse day. Because when I put my bad on your bad day, you will wish you didn't come away. Right? Now let's just get 2 drinks together and just go chill. Let's just knock it all out.
And that's what I do.
Yeah. Wine just is an equalizer.
Yeah.
Just chill, then you'll be like, I keep on saying Glen something, but it ain't Glen something. It's Brenly.
Friendly, yeah.
Brenly. Brenly something the third. You're on the third day.
Yeah.
The third.
Wow.
See? I feel like prophetic on me. But prophetic See? He just look like a third. Right? Alright. So let's see. I'm quick to understand things.
That's me.
That's you. You got a 4. You quick? 5. You quick to understand? You quick to understand? You quick to understand?
I can understand and read things like a book, like in a
Where are you, Lauren? You're 4 or 5?
Oh, 4.
4? Where are you?
4.
4? Where are you? Me? I'm a 3. 3. I'm a 3. Sometimes a 2. Sometimes I gotta read this. Read it. Put it down.
Come on to it.
Think about it.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
How do you get anything done?
I don't know.
At a time.
I have my, and the thing is, I have my stuff. My BA, my MBA, my CIFP, my
But that's for new information maybe, or something outside of your
right.
training.
If it's outside of my comfort zone, take me a minute. Understanding, I gotta know. I gotta.
That's me with maths.
I
I don't trust
read.
maths. I have to
Yeah.
pull out a
Shouldn't trust
calculator
it.
with numbers.
Maths, do what's up?
Maths just mess with me. I don't care how easy someone say, oh,
Come on, this account will
let
never agree
me
with
get
you.
my calculator and add that up.
See, these
And
account will never agree with you.
maths don't register in my brain at all.
My degree is
I
in
have to-
finance and maths don't agree with me.
I'm telling you. I don't understand it. I have to always
No,
pull.
my degree is in finance. I don't like maths, but I like economics.
Oh, wow.
Economics.
Show me
Economics is
relationship.
numbers too?
Economics is relationship
Yeah.
more than
Oh,
numbers.
wow.
And economics shows you how this affects this, and if this move, this is how this move, and a change in this,
Supply
this, a
and
change in
demand
this, and this, that's me. Economics, commerce, me. Accounts,
And numbers.
calculus, I never did calculus because the law didn't leave me that way. Statistics, all that, no.
Love stuff.
I had
Before I fail
I had to get
stats,
a
before I
tutor
fail
that was doing
stats, I
calculus.
drop stats to come back because I ain't gonna fail it, I can drop it. And COB, I dropped stats for twice.
Mother.
Anybody been to COB?
Me, I just
Go.
graduated from UB. I had to actually
you
get a
been
tutor.
Dr. V
I had to get a tutor at the 2 levels.
You been in Dr. V class? You been in Dr. V class? No?
V is who? V is
Velasquez, no?
no.
Never been. Anybody been Dr. V class? You drop 2.
Some of them
See,
barely like
see,
that.
Dr. V is Spanish.
Some of them
So,
like
so
that. Oh
Dr.
my
V is
God.
Spanish. So the thing is,
Like
you
he
talking
doesn't
numbers and
understand
Spanish.
I had to do business calculus. And I was like, no one told me about calculus for business.
When you start
Just know
dealing with
how
stuff like
bad
this,
those numbers could
in
get.
class,
girl.
Chips
And
and
then-
yeah. I dropped out.
I
I
almost
dropped
died
out
when I
within
was
the
with my
first 30
calculus
days, and I had to do
algebra.
back.
And in fact,
You know, I
the
do
thing is,
it.
I loved
Ooh.
math in high school, but I don't know what happened between high school and college.
I love algebra.
Calculus.
Yeah, they switched numbers into letters. And then,
And they say the numbers don't lie.
That's what the
Yeah, you
problem
better
is.
learn the formulas.
but it takes me a while
They
to
don't care.
understand. But when I understand, that's cemented. Like I can explain, when I understand, I realize that I read books better than read as stories, as
Yeah.
opposed to just facts. So it has to be read as a story. It has to be, because I'm reading this book called The Latte Factor. I don't know if you've heard about that. It has principles in it, but it's read as a story. Anybody, Richest Man in Babylon, anybody ever read that? No. It reads as a story.
The Alchemist is like.
Right. It reads as a story. So I'm a person who I pull out principles out of the story, and that's how I understand. But don't give me hard facts. Give me a problem.
Wow.
All my textbooks I shouldn't be saying this. All my textbooks, my bachelor's degree and MBA, still look brand new. You know why? You know, long pouring over them things. No sir.
Wow.
But that's just me. No,
Give me
everybody
the facts.
different.
Give me the facts of the story.
So you'll never see me come in your place and actually for no job because I ain't coming looking at numbers all day.
All day?
It is what it, see, when I see numbers, my
In the
eyes start
shower.
crossing and I start, I look, I
Yeah.
get, my sinus is saturated. But the thing is, you have to know, you have to know.
Who you are, yeah.
I'm in compliance, we don't deal with
Okay,
numbers.
no.
No. We deal with enough numbers to know what's going wrong, but not enough numbers to be like in finance and no.
No, because your sign is straight.
Yeah, lots of concept. Pardon? I hear you, Lauren.
No, I hear you there.
Yeah, don't put me in there. I can count the money now. But yeah, after that, don't go with that. Alright, what about this? You don't like to draw attention to yourself.
Boy, I don't know. For some reason, I have a personality that naturally does that.
Yeah.
I don't. I just know there's something about
That's
my
why I was
personality.
waiting until you don't glass. Because I knew you was coming. I asked.
I got excited when she came in.
So I'm excited,
I was you finished it. I was just over. I was doing just right now.
I was gonna do this because I come late. I was gonna do this.
No, do it now. I want you to do it now. I'm amazing.
I want an extra one though.
No, you want an extra one. No
I would
problem.
like an extra one.
No problem. We can wait that.
I gotta wait. I have to wait this on a couple people. I
Listen, that's small.
gotta wait this on my 27-year-old son and then my boyfriend. I gotta wait this on a couple people.
What happened? Just go Oh, your boyfriend is a strong man.
Just me strong.
He's strong. Okay, let's go. Don't like to draw attention. I don't like to draw attention to myself. I don't like to make noise. Like keep it down. Keep it subdued.
God, I'm quite the opposite.
Give me black,
really loud
blue,
personality.
green. That's me. I'll just slip
I
in.
used to be like
Slip
that.
out. I don't like to draw attention. I don't like people looking at me. I like if a big crowd there. Let me work around the side. It's kind of difficult because I'm a preacher and there's an expectation that you ought to. You know.
Sometimes you just can't help it.
But I just-
That's what I'm
Dress
saying.
up on their heels and walk.
So you just look here.
It's hard. She can relate because like for me,
Technically,
tall.
y'all technically can't hide
yeah,
because
you
y'all already.
kinda, yeah. So
Yeah,
you walk
so y'all
into
gotta-
and when I was younger, I did not like that. So
I got
I
you.
would always go,
Shrink.
and then when I came into my own and I, had,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
so on. I like that.
yeah,
I like that.
and yeah.
But everybody have a better idea and understanding of who they are, right? Now they relate. Because let's try this one. Take time out for others.
I do. Five.
Five.
Three.
I think I do that too much too.
That's all right. Right after I say you this name, then you can stop. Right now, you take time out for this one. All right. Shirk my duties. Where are you? You at
I
5.
put
4.
3. No. No. I put 3.
What about you? Shirk your duties. 4.
You mean like?
Like shirk, like someone give you something to do, and you don't do it.
Oh
No,
no,
I
No,
like
no,
that.
no, that's wrong.
no.
You just shirk. When I say shirk your duties, it means that you don't live up to your responsibility.
No, I didn't know that.
That would be 2. You don't need to.
I think I put a 2.
You own up to your responsibilities. Someone give you something, and you do it. That's you.
Or I delegate.
You delegate. 1 or 2, but it gets done. That's the point. It gets done.
And I
Sometimes
do it.
your delegation is your duty. Just you in charge.
That's what my boss done.
Yeah. Delegate.
That's
What
right.
about if you're a procrastinator
Yeah,
and it
well,
just takes you forever?
And that's my problem. I just have a long time to delegate, and I end up doing it myself. Because then at the end of the day, you know people say, why you just giving this to me? I spent plenty of money and plenty of energy because I wait too late.
I'm the one that go like. When I took over my position, a lot of things used to come towards the end of the month, and so we're in there late and running around like a chicken over the head trying to get things posted and adjusted. And I'm like, I went like, for example, dealing with VAT. I went to the director and I said, I can't get this report at the end of the month. I need this report 2 to 3 times a month, just in case we can catch it, any errors,
Right.
as soon as possible. So instead of me having 50 corrections to make and then having to split it up between my team, I can make the corrections myself. That's less work they could do because it takes me a couple minutes. I'll have 5 in 1 week to make the corrections. So I don't like to procrastinate and stuff like that. with those things. That's how you manage
I won't procrastinate. I am procrastinating. I asking the people to send me their resume right now. All right. Have frequent mood swings. One. You constant. You
I
constant.
put 2.
Nobody ever wants to say they
I
got
have a
frequent mood
one
swings.
to that, yeah.
Yeah. You always like this?
I am. I'm a ball excitement day and night. Poof! All the time.
Your boyfriend is a strong man.
Just be strong, I tell you.
Boyfriend is a strong man. Okay, you can imagine before 11 o'clock in the morning.
No. Before you
That's
go,
it.
I'm sleeping.
That's it.
Nobody fools
Good on
me
me.
before 10 a.m. in the morning.
That's why I
Nobody.
say, okay, you good. While you
Nobody.
sleep, I up. That's good.
But once
You
I
good.
up, I ready to rock
But when
and
you
roll.
up, and I ready,
I ready to rock
and that's the
and
next thing. And I ready to come down, and she's still up. What about use difficult words? How many persons use difficult words? Two. You don't use difficult
Use
words.
difficult
You use
words.
difficult words because you got a big vocabulary. You use difficult words? You at 4? Yeah, don't feel bad. You use difficult words? Yeah, 4, 5. That's a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing? Well, a bad thing because then you want to be relatable. I'm not really saying relatable. You want your client to kind of understand what you're saying. But it's also a good thing because then sometimes you use that to wire client. Because you use it.
Oh, you better know when to use them big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very
You
loquacious.
better know when to use
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You get to right in.
Yeah, exactly.
You better know how to balance that. Pardon?
No, I say location.
Yeah, you used to I see you catch that. Love it. All right. Don't mind being at the center of attention.
I don't mind. Me.
I of course not. Don't mind me. Pardon? You don't mind.
What?
But hold on, you don't mind being the center of attention, but you don't like a lot of what it was. You don't like to draw attention.
Yeah, I don't draw attention.
You don't draw
But I don't
attention,
have a
but you don't
problem.
mind when you show up.
Yeah.
But here's the thing
I
with
got
me.
you.
I don't mind being the center of attention, but I ain't nobody puppy show. Like for example,
Listen,
let me give you.
I was reading on you all day. You gotta be a puppy show. Go ahead.
Let me give you a prime example, right? You want to? You want to? Listen, let me give you like for example, right? When I get 2-3 glasses of wine, I cut right up like I cut right up, right? And I could talk SHIT all night, right? Have everybody laughing and talking, you know what? But when I see one of my coworkers say, Katrina, go get the mic and go do. I said, excuse me? Excuse me? I look like puppy show? This ain't nobody laughing. It's not I can have a good time, but this ain't no puppy show. I know when to. Right. So yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That's
Don't let
me.
nobody ride, no sir.
Oh no.
Don't let nobody ride or no sir. She make them laugh, but you don't get laugh on top.
No, I ain't exactly. There's a difference.
Do that, right? Let's try this out. Feel others' emotions. Anybody in that?
That's me. I have a 4 for that.
For Lauren?
Right.
For feel, which number?
Feel others' emotions. That's number 42.
42, I put a 4.
4. Because you have some people who could just talk and don't ever pick up that a person ain't interested.
That's not me. I
You can pick up.
I
You
can
can
feel.
You can feel.
That's actually a gift, I feel.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got discernment. You got discernment. You got that.
Yeah.
I
I
can
can
feel
walk past you,
I-
and my spirit
Nah,
is
something
tense.
crooked. I got you. That's discernment. Your spirits don't take that.
And you could
everybody.
feel
I
like
got
they
you.
carrying the weight of the world on them.
I'll feel that, or if my spirit will be crossed. If you have a cross spirit, if I walk past you or something off,
Right.
I will get up. In my gut, I'll have a cross with you.
Oh wow.
I don't have to speak to you. I could just pass.
You could
We
sense
call it
that.
intuition.
That is
We call
crazy.
it discernment. We call it the Holy Ghost. Well, however you
Whatever you
choose
want.
to put it there. We got you. But you can use that to your client's
I
benefit.
get to read people a lot when I have a conversation with them. When I start a conversation with them, I could tell where they're coming from. I could say, something, this person.
Is it blush it up? Yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not just by passing, that kind of way.
Chicken. Pick up. I got you.
I
So,
don't have to be everybody. Just
there's some people who got cross spirit. Yeah. Your spirit don't take you to them. I got you. Let me see. Follow a schedule.
I tried.
Hear me? Because I
I tried.
First of all, I don't want you to tell me. You see?
I want them-
I'm there to get a personality with this.
That's most man, I think.
See, I don't see. Like I just tried to tell my wife, right? If you want me to do it,
Don't say it.
Yeah.
don't say it.
Exactly.
Why?
Because if I say it,
I ain't want to do it no more.
Why?
and if, because why?
How are
If
you
you
supposed
say
to
it,
know she wants
I'm
you to
gonna
do
let
that?
you feel.
Yeah.
like
If I was
you
about
tell
to
me.
do it, don't tell me.
Don't
Oh
tell
my
me.
No,
God.
I don't know.
you can't.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
You can't tell them. You have to kind of like mention conversation, but man, I really am supposed to do this.
You know,
And they let them
No.
volunteer. That's how I feel. Like,
And we end up.
That's the right way to do it, because then I feel like, oh yeah, you do that.
Yeah. But if you tell them what to do,
If you
and-
say, go do this,
Yeah,
they should.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
Especially if I was already gonna go
Yeah,
do it.
exactly. Like if I get this,
But that's how you would have to do.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, but on the flip side, it's more or less like this. No, and this is
I don't
why.
write this
This
down.
is why. I just
I could get rid of mine
but I
really
can't
easy
speak for.
No,
But I
really.
can't speak for the third, and I can't speak for Quentin, right? But the thing is, it's more or less like it takes out the element of surprise, more or less. I mean, that for me. I can't talk to them.
You want to feel proud.
I'd
of
rather-
that. I'm telling you. Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's
When
a
you
feel.
come in,
It's a
when you come
visual
in, you see something
I
that
should
you
miss out on
like.
that praise.
Y'all been like that?
Yes.
See, she married her husband just like that.
Not
She ain't a
me.
bad thing.
So I don't tell him what to do. I mention that
Yeah, you
you're not
just-
supposed to do some things or whatnot.
And I just leave it.
I leave it alone.
Just drop it. Just leave it. Just
and he gets it done.
drop it.
I'll be doing
Ah, Lord, you don't agree. See, she right, she hasn't put it up. She mind you, she ain't put it up buying it for nothing. All her papers in here, but she's so against that. She be like, right?
How come everybody binder so check? Why is my binder like this?
Oh,
Listen up.
let me show you why.
What about
There you
the
go.
other day?
That's one module.
What the?
We have a full class today.
Whoever is your
Wow.
last class, that's how much classes. That's only 4 classes.
Are you kidding me?
Asset value and
Wow.
who's your lecturer for this?
Look at the bright side of it. This is the you have it done in advance.
That's 1 year.
Oh my God.
Who's your lecturer for that?
That's one module.
Christina.
That's Archie.
Christina.
Oh yeah, trust me, y'all can use every page.
Oh my
That's
God.
only one.
This is the last module.
Yeah.
And she teaching two. That's only the
But
last
Christian
one.
is good though. What? Christian is good.
Wow. I'm like, what I missed something like this Friday.
No man, you're good.
Okay.
Christian is good.
I glad everybody came to class today.
Right? So yeah, follow schedule. Everybody here can follow the schedule.
Not me, I'm not a schedule person, I have to admit.
Don't put me in a box. That's my thing.
I'm
Don't
not
put me in
good
a
at
box.
schedule.
Can you follow schedule? You can follow schedule.
I can't.
Anybody? You can follow schedule. You can't follow. I know you can't follow schedule.
And I'm always
Get out
late.
your head. You
That's my
can't.
thing. I'm always late.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I but things always be on time.
The only time I'm on time is
You're on
when
time.
I'm on my appointments. I don't be
I like to be
for
on
nothing
time.
else. I don't be late, but
I
especially
like
at
being
parties.
a man also.
I like to be
I like to be on
long
time.
time at the
That sounds
party.
like really the thing.
You like you.
Everybody there
okay.
will watch and see how you look. I can be early for my appointments, but everything else, meetings,
I have an auntie.
parties.
If the funeral at 11 o'clock, she there at 9.
Oh my God!
She,
Are you kidding me?
She said the church 9.
They said tardiness is the politeness of kings, which I agree, right?
Where you get
But
that
I
from?
just
That is like if
yeah,
you're
that's
on
what they
time,
said.
you're late.
Tardiness is the politeness of kings.
Yeah, no, that's why she'd be 2 hours ahead.
early.
Because she was sitting right behind the family right here. So the family rope off in here, and she right here. She don't miss nothing.
But this goes from 4 to 6.
What you
Yeah,
mean?
we didn't get arrested.
We didn't get
No, we
5.
didn't get arrested.
5, I guess the lecturers in this. So you're lecturing
Oh.
5.
Oh my
for
God.
Sanda. Right. So spend time reflecting on things.
I do that.
I do.
What I-
Reflecting.
Yeah.
Me too. 3 o'clock in the morning, that's me.
Yeah, I put a 5.
3 to 5.
That's you will no lie. For 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Because
You
you
wake up and you
use
earn
pick
it.
things up. That's what
Yeah.
people who pick things up. 3 to 6.
You will lie.
I got you. Listen.
You know, I
It on
wasn't
me.
gonna say nothing.
It on me.
I know he's a pastor. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, yeah?
But literally, when I get, read something,
Mm.
3 o'clock.
How you know as a pastor?
3 o'clock.
You just
said
preach
you're
the
the pastor.
Oh, Brian. I say everything I'm saying.
You're a
No,
pastor?
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
You're a
from a
pastor?
spiritual
I'm a preacher.
aspect.
Oh, because you're down for pastor.
I know. What church you go to? Methodist?
I don't attend church.
Oh, you don't attend church?
Mm-mm.
What church do you?
My ex-husband was an assistant pastor, and I divorced him.
I understand. See, that's why let me tell you something. You're lucky I don't give no test in this class. You would have I would have give everybody an individual test. And trust me on your test would have looked. Trust me on that. My test would have been
You
rough.
give me the easiest one, I know it.
Your test would have been rough. Right?
Oh, God.
But not all preachers
3
bad.
o'clock is the time.
Not all preachers bad. I'm a banker preacher. 3 to 6. That's the time. They call that the fourth watch. Right before the morning comes, and yeah, man, deep stuff happens during 3 and 6.
Wow.
But on the flip side, you get irritated. Anybody get irritated easily?
Yeah, man.
That's you.
I don't let people get to me at all.
Anybody
At all.
anybody ever irritate themselves?
Problem.
Like nobody.
Problem is my problem.
Anybody irritate themselves? Anybody?
I think I've done that a couple times. Yeah, like I'll say, okay, when I say that, I'll be like, I know I said I wasn't going to touch this. But I touch it and I promise myself I wasn't going to. So it irritates me that
Yeah, irritates
I
you.
went against my own word.
Sometimes you're mad at nothing. You just mad. You just mad.
Yeah.
See? Spend time reflecting on things. 46. I'm quiet around strangers.
No.
Anybody quiet around strangers?
I am going to say something. I can introduce myself. I'm going to say something.
You get good afternoon out of me. That's it. Good afternoon. Then you sit down. Then they start talking. But when they start talking, you can't leave them not talking.
Yeah.
But I can be the first one to.
When I walk in the doors,
That's you.
good morning to every single person I pass.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, me too.
I
Good
say it
morning,
once
good
loud
morning.
enough for everybody, I mean, that's
You
it.
want to have me there?
See?
And I have a long walk.
That's it.
That's not the lane easy.
Make people feel at ease. I can do that.
That's me.
I can do that. If you feel, I can make you feel calm. You want some water? You want some drink? You good? Cool? See? I'm exacting in my work. Anybody else exacting? I know you're
Me
exacting.
too,
in
I'm
your
very,
work.
when it comes down to
I know,
insurance,
very
everything
meticulous.
insurance, that's me.
That's you.
Mhm.
Particulars, that ain't you.
Well, it
We
depends
totally
on-
disagree. You're the two. So
But
you can't say
it's-
depends.
No,
You
you
say
see,
it's two.
it depends on the person I dealing with.
Might
If I need to be exact with them because they got like a
That's
phone,
true, there are some people
I
that
can
are
be
exact
exact,
like
but if it ain't like that, then I can just.
So you're trying to tell me
handle it
now,
strictly by the books.
based on the customer, that's how you exact?
No, I wasn't thinking about customers to be honest.
Ah, you're talking about
Stop.
people who work with. I got you. I got you.
That's true.
But with customers, how are you?
I exact.
Remember that you on video.
I
How are you with customers? How are you with customers? You're exact. How are you with customers? You're not exact.
No, I'm not exact.
You lay it out there.
I let them see my personality.
I got you.
They love it.
I know.
They love it.
You sure?
Yeah,
They
my
may be
clients
scared,
have
but
asked me, my
they may be
clients
scared to say anything else.
Ask me what kind of vitamins I'm taking. When I tell them I don't take vitamins, they're like, you
I don't know,
kidding
because
me?
I can't be.
I said I don't take no
I ain't got the
vitamins.
energy to be up there all the time. Right? Okay.
It has to
Off
be
your field
natural.
blue.
Oh, that's not me. This is a person with depression problem. And let me see anyone who
Now how you know somebody? Yeah, you got
anyone
five.
who will hide it that.
I know you know.
They,
How you know? How you know somebody?
they have some,
How you know
some
somebody? You
depression.
ain't got a 5.
Well, I can't imagine
And
no
not
one taking
if
the
they- if
CIFP
they got
course with no
five.
fight in this.
If you got a 5, they ain't gonna say. Change your 5 to 1 to this.
Anyone have a 5 in this state, trust me.
Well,
That is not a good
this
sign.
last one ain't for you because you always have amazing ideas. Anybody else full of ideas? Full of ideas. Give me a 3, because sometimes I be like, Lord, I need one. I need a good idea. I need one. I need one idea. It can't be over. I need one idea. But oftentimes, your one good idea comes at a time when you're back into the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
And you want to know how creative you are? Only have $5 in your pocket. Brother, you gonna find ideas. You can spend $1 to do this, $1 to this, $1 to this, $1 to get to where you need to get out of 500. You will find what to do with
When you're
$5.
back up against the wall, that is the truth. I believe
You could
that.
know you have had $5 in your pocket. You have to figure out between food and gas. See, you don't understand. You don't understand the struggle of that because you gotta understand, figure out. This thing gotta make sense. If I get enough food, then I got strength to push the car to run the gas. But if I go to and at least if I go to the gas, say okay, let me go. If I get $10, I'll put $8 gas and get $2 hot party, and I could
Coast.
I get on it.
But you got to drink.
Yeah, because then you start rationalizing everything. Because you say that extra $2 is only fumes anyhow, so that wasn't real gas. After that starts slowing down, you realizing it doesn't get in your tank. That's only fumes. So, but hey, you start rationalizing. But the thing about it is that when you know yourself and you know your personality and you know what triggers you, you know what ticks you off, you know what kind of person you are, you know when you are at your highest, you know when you're at your lowest, you know when not to take clients, you know when to take clients, you know what kind of clients you may have, you know how to deal with difficult clients, you know how to deal with gregarious clients, you know how to deal with, the word isn't clumsy, what's the word? People who don't know how to take care of things. Careless. When you deal with careless clients, you know, like we said, stick them straight in an automated thing. Everything they do, salary deduction. Don't even oppose it a check because I don't trust the posted. Let me get your salary deduction. So after NIB, come meet. That's where you know. Then you get whatever is left. You have to know the kind of clients that you deal with. All right. So when you talk about your big five, everybody got a big five, right? Everybody kind of know who they are. If they're open to experience, if they're conscientious, if they're extroverted, if they're agreeable, if they're neurotic, you know where you fit, you know what your weakness is, you know what your strength is, you know how to make that work. For the last part of this, because you still have half hour left, and I ran out of paper. You have half hour left, so let's quickly go over your, let's talk about emotion, that's what I wrote it for, emotional intelligence. That's something that as a CFP, you must ensure that you have down pat. Emotional intelligence. Right, emotional intelligence. So you have your IQ, which is your intelligence quotient. That's how smart you are. But you can find that you have a lot of people who are intelligent but have no people skills. So what you will find now in this modern age, in the time when computers can do your work for you, what is going to set you apart is the ability to relate, the ability to understand people, the ability to read people, and the ability to make people feel like I have your best interest at heart. And a lot of times, as a CFP, you not only have to have emotional intelligence to be able to have their best interest at heart, you have to be able to kind of analyze them and know them well enough to kind of anticipate what their needs are and provide for that before they even know they have a need. Because a person who is spendthrift or a person who likes to spend money, you have to kind of put things in place without them even knowing. So you kind of have to, like there's a certain bank now who they know how we go. They put your loan payment and your savings in the same payment. So while your loan payment getting paid, something goes to your escrow. Credit unions do it too. You pay a portion, and a portion goes to your savings. But at the end of the day, when you pay off your loan, you have a healthy savings right there. All right. What you also need to understand with emotional intelligence is that not only is it IQ, people often spend based on how they feel. So when they spend based on how they feel, you have to kind of be on top of that because black and white won't explain that to you. You will also understand that as a CFP, when people come to the bank for consolidation, 75% of them going to be back in your chair within 2 to 3 years. Why? Because consolidation doesn't solve their problem. A consolidation is only a band-aid on their problem. Why? Because those who have consolidation, when they get a clean credit card in 6 months, they're going to come back. And buying that's how they make their money. CFPs, on the other hand, ain't in the business to make money as much as it is to help somebody. Okay? And so when you come into this chair as a CFP, while you are a banker, you also have to kind of balance it to get the best for your client. So with consolidation, you have to understand that while it helps the person, what you have to do is kind of train them how to be financially intelligent. And a lot of persons They go to school, they go to college, but they don't ever learn how to be financially intelligent. They don't know that finance itself has a language. They don't know things as that not all the debt is bad. We understand that, right? You have some people who are scared of debt. I can say this on camera because my wife agrees. She is afraid of debt.
Wow.
As a person who's a banker, I don't totally agree.
You risk averse.
As a person who reads Rich Dad Poor Dad, anybody else? No? Yeah?
Sure, yeah.
You will understand that all debt isn't bad. Now, I don't always agree because the thing is, as a banker, you have to kind of read Rich Dad Poor Dad and then you have to read Dave Ramsey. Anybody familiar with Dave Ramsey? Dave Ramsey actually says, don't get into debt, don't have no debt, just have everything cash. If you can't pay cash, you can't do it. I don't know how realistic that is, but you have to be able to balance both. Because while you get debt, you don't want to be so much in debt that you can't do nothing else. So you have to find a healthy medium between the two. So but on the flip side, so while Dave Ramsey said no debt, Robert Kiyosaki says all debt. Get everything you get, but other people money.
What?
That's only if you
I
can
agree
make
with
back.
that. What?
More than what you pay in though.
And the thing is, he said only borrow what you can get a higher yield.
Yeah.
So and you know, I'm rereading. I have a book. I don't have it with me. There's this
What?
book.
I gotta read that book. What was
this
the name? That's the Rich Dad Poor
No,
Dad?
you can't read that sober. You gotta read that. You gotta read that like 3 times before you
I
get no.
have to.
Be
What's the
honestly,
name of that book? Because I
Rich Dad
can't
Poor Dad.
go Amazon that right
Rich Dad
now.
Poor Dad. I'm reading
I get
a book.
that.
I'm reading one of his books called
What is
Retire
that?
Young, Retire Rich. And I'm finally understanding what the fellow was saying when he said borrow your way. He was saying borrow, but don't
What?
borrow
That's
for
crazy.
anything where you cannot get a yield higher than your interest.
So I can give an example.
Yeah.
Man, that's your job. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I tell my clients it all the time. Like when you borrow, and you can borrow take a personal loan or paying 16%. You know what I mean? And saying, oh, I ain't gonna pay it off because that's a large portion of my savings. Because at the end of the day, you're paying 16% and you ain't making 2% on your savings account.
Oh my God.
You're losing buying power.
Oh
So you
my
have to.
God.
Those are the type of things you have to think about.
So the thing is, you
Oh my
borrow
God.
to get
But
not
Yeah.
you don't even borrow to get a house because your house is a liability.
It's not
And that you borrow to get passive income. So when you borrow for at least a triplex.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So it doesn't make sense to the person who's just coming in. And so my wife, who is very risk averse,
Yeah.
and you say that's another thing, you have to know your client. Because a client can be very risk averse, but I can tell them what can help people who are risk averse is only education. So that's why as a CFP, you must be educated in what you're selling.
But based on these books that you've read, what is your definition of rich? That's
Rich,
what I'd like to know.
wealthy is when you're able to cover all your monthly expenses. And
No, rich and wealthy are two different things.
Rich?
What is rich in many? Because
Rich
many
to me?
many
Well,
people's definition of rich is different.
rich
for
is
every
different.
person.
And I ain't gonna
Wealthy
be.
is when your assets pay for
More
your
than your
life.
Yeah, when you're,
I got wealthy,
that's wealthy.
but rich.
Rich, to me, rich is
Because I don't need
Your bill-
$5 million to be rich.
You don't need $5 million to be wealthy.
I don't need $5 million or $1 million to be rich.
if your monthly bills
But
are,
if everything that I have I own, and if everything that I have vast value, great value to it, I consider myself rich.
Yeah, rich is when you could pay all the bills and still have some left.
rich is this. Rich
Rich is
or wealthy
passive.
is when you have enough passive income. Passive income means you don't have to work. You don't have to exert physical energy.
Your assets are working for you.
As long as you working, as long as you have to work to pay for your assets, you're not rich.
Even if you have $10 million.
Even if you have $10 million.
Oh my
Because
God.
you have $10 million and your monthly bill is $11 million, you're not rich.
Wow.
That makes sense to everybody? So your goal for your client is to get them financially free. Financially free means that they make enough passive income to cover their expenses. We good? And the next thing you'll have to understand as a CFP is that not all the time people can lower their expenses. So what they're going to do is increase their revenue. The government understood that, so that's why they introduced. So the government, the thing is, and we're going to learn that because I don't know, I guess they're going to teach it somewhere in this class, and I don't even know if it's necessarily in this portion, but in the next couple of years, we're going to have this thing that's going to be called the Credit Bureau. You have to now
Yeah,
be
keep
able
hearing about
to
this Credit
train
Bureau,
your
right.
people Because when you live here, you're going to be a CFP, meaning that you will be designated to give people financial advice. Which your goal is to train people to now get ready for this thing called the credit bureau. Credit bureau is only a rating agency that tells your bank or that tells your lender your ability to pay back your loan. That's pretty much what it is. And it incorporates not just how you pay back your Commonwealth Bank, Royal Bank, it's going to incorporate how well you pay BTC, BPL, cable bonds.
How far away do you think that is?
That is crazy.
They've already started the process, they've already picked the vendor.
Yeah,
They've already picked the vendor.
They're already issuing the
No,
brochure.
they've already picked the vendor. They've already started, they're in the process of starting collecting information to have this in the system by next year, year after next.
Collecting information from whom?
From the banks.
Wow.
They're gonna start with the banks and then go into the utility companies.
Oh my
Okay, but have they
God.
told people that?
Yeah, man.
All they need to do is go to NIB.
Collecting information, I didn't hear that.
All they need to do
I didn't hear
is go to NIB. Everybody at NIB
They
system.
found
They
their
got the babies
vendor.
in that NIB.
Now the fact that they found their vendor means that the next step is starting to collect information. Follow centralbankbahamas.com.
On Facebook or Twitter?
None. On the website.
Oh, website. Oh.
centralbankbahamas.com. The governor has, well, they have a whole thing called Money Smart. They were in, what's the name of the movie theater? The new one. IMAX. IMAX, they were Fusion. They've been in Fusion the other day with a whole financial literacy fair. They push it financial literacy like crazy. The Securities Commission is pushing it like crazy because they know that when this comes into effect, it's going to cause a little stoppage because you're going to find that people who thought they could have hid their loans. They can't hide it no more because everything now in one place. So you can't go to Commonwealth and tell Commonwealth I'm getting the First Caribbean just because I don't have a salary deduction.
Oh my God.
That's why I was convinced that it's further away than we thought because it's going to cause a serious slowdown in banking.
It's going to cost
It's gonna cost
it. Not a
So
start,
I
a
didn't
start.
think, I wouldn't think that the banks would be a
No, but
a
banks
huge
are
fan of
for it. Banks are for it because of the level of their
But the international
delinquencies.
community is putting pressure on them to have it, so they don't have a
Right, because
choice.
of the level of our
Yeah,
delinquencies.
timetable.
Because we've been lending to people who
been
lying.
I didn't think it would come on me sooner is 'cause
Yeah, but they lend it
a
to
lot
the
of
politicians. If the politicians are
biggest
borrowing all the money they ain't
offenders.
paying back, they ain't paying the
Ma'am?
bills. What a time.
The politicians are the
No,
biggest
for real.
offenders.
Ma'am, but that's true because a
What?
number of times
It ain't
you have
possible.
persons who have this thing that we call information asymmetry. Information symmetry is actually everybody has access to the same information. The lender knows everything but the borrower knows everything but the lender. Now, information asymmetry is that when people are holding back on some information that is crucial to your credit. So now the thing is when you have a credit bureau, you're going to have all the information that the bank needs to make this qualified decision. Now, banks don't have to necessarily ask for this credit bureau report, but they can.
And I guess in the initial stages, they're gonna have to be careful about how they use the information, or they're gonna have to.
It's going to be protected by law. It's protected. You
Not
you
so
can't
much
go
law,
in there
I'm
and
saying
ask for
you-
my
So this is
report.
gonna be
I don't
government-
get it that
government
way. I guess I
right?
mean
Unoperated?
how they.
Private too.
I think
Anybody?
Italian-
I don't guess it will say that, okay, you have, it wouldn't say, be specific and say that,
That have to be my
I
by
have
government.
a loan with ABC, it'll just say I have this amount of loans.
No, it's
So
gonna
the
say
First
who you have
Caribbean
a loan with. It
wouldn't
has
know
to
that
say who you
I
have a
have
loan
loans with, they'll know I have loans with.
No, you have a loan. They know you have a loan.
No,
with
they'll
this
know
person.
exactly where your loans are.
To eat tonight.
And then you're gonna be fighting over, going after each other for loans.
Let me tell you how I see this.
But you have to give that bank the authority to go and get the information. They can't just go and pull your information.
Let me tell you how serious this
Yeah,
credit
but
bureau thing is
the
from what I
sign,
see.
your PSOA gives them the authority to do it.
Right.
The PSOA that you sign right now
That we
gives them
don't
the
read.
authority to do it.
That we don't read. So you will find a number of banks now in their policies have that written there, but we don't read
Yeah,
that
it's
book.
already there.
And it goes to where.
Let me tell you how serious I see this thing getting.
So
Literally.
B2B clients will get paid first.
I can use BEC for an example. BEC has changed their policy now such that for persons who are renting an apartment, the landlord has to write a letter to BEC to say that this is the person who you're renting the apartment to. There are so many persons that have huge electrical bills to BEC. and they never pay the bill, move from one apartment to the next apartment, they just doing a bunch of foolishness. When this credit bureau system, or should this credit bureau thing come up and stream, and they really start getting into all of the utilities, it's gonna wreck. Plenty people gonna be living in their car.
But that's why you have to,
Plenty people
you have to
gonna be living in
also,
their car.
no, but the thing is, you have to also inform
They
your
get in
client.
the hole by 80,000,
Hold on.
80,000,
You have to
and they gonna be
also-
living in the car.
You
We
have
put
to
plenty people in the
also
car.
inform your clients that they have to pay attention also to these your bill due dates. Because while you're paying your bill at the end of the month thinking that you're current, you are actually 7 days late. 8 days late. Because a lot of these bills are due on the 20th.
Yeah, but people really don't care about paying bills late if there's no charges. I don't care if I pay my
No, see,
BC bill late.
no,
if
but-
there's
but-
BC
but-
charge.
no, but what your
if
credit-
BC start
no,
charging for
no,
late bills and
but
tell
what
us
your-
after we got a
no.
problem.
No, but what your, they ain't gotta charge you, What your credit bureau report will see is that
How
you
late
late
you're doing
every
it.
month.
And they will
That's what
also
it's
know
looking
that,
for.
hey, she isn't late because she didn't have the money, she's just late because she.
Yeah, but
She
then
didn't
again,
get it.
no,
It's late.
no, but the thing is, your bank will consider you a risk. So while we may
Yeah.
give you the loan, we're gonna increase the interest rate.
Right.
What a time. Are you crazy? Trust me,
I'm
let them
convinced-
shoot
I don't know, I'm
When people
convinced
say let them
they're
shoot
gonna-
themselves in the foot, they will shoot
Everybody
themselves in the foot of this town. I can tell you. Let
Trust
them
me.
go right ahead.
It'll be a shock at first, but people are lying right up.
Line right up?
That
Okay.
was a shock at first, but people
All
are lying
right.
right up. You don't even remember you spent 7.5. You don't even remember you spent
What?
12%.
Who lied to you?
You don't
What
remember.
you mean?
Now you're different because you're meticulous. Majority of people don't
Remember
remember
that every time?
that they pay back. Why? Because the thing
No,
is,
we're waiting on
no.
the deputy said that as soon as they then bring down the debt, the VAT is going to lower. We're holding him to that they're going to
Yeah,
bring
but
it back
that's,
down.
no, but that's also
But yeah,
that's,
people are
that's
not
also
unreasonable people.
contingent. That's also contingent that you're putting them back by time as it decreases.
But the point is, these
it's going
our governments
down.
lack
We're expecting
vision
that to go
and-
down.
and
That's all. That's all.
innovation
That's all.
in
Baby people
finding
here is that they're going back
ways to
down.
generate revenue.
No, but what I was saying was that.
That's not gonna happen.
Let me show you
That's
this
gonna
works.
happen.
Let me show you how the credit
I believe
rating.
it's gonna
Let me
happen.
show you these credit rating agencies work. So you have.
So they're there to
Moody's.
make life difficult for Bahamians, is what you're saying.
No, no.
Because I didn't hear nothing good yet.
Who's that?
For what these credit agencies.
No, listen.
Listen,
Let me tell you
let me tell you something. I am
No,
a person.
no, no,
I'm
no, no, no,
completely
no, no,
debt free.
no.
I am completely
No. Let me help you. Let me help
I
you.
don't have no debt.
Let me help you out.
Right?
Let me help you out.
Mm-mm.
Let me help you out. The country.
I don't pay no bill
Let
on
me show you
time.
something. The country. Right? The country itself, right? The government, the successive administrations, the credit rating agency is really are only there to say, they only track how you pay your bills. That's all they do.
Yeah.
You heard what you just said? That's not all they do. You said if
No,
they
let
find
me
a
finish.
let me quote you. You said if you are found to have a history of paying late, you could pay a higher interest rate.
That, no,
That's
you,
not
no,
the credit
that's what I
rating.
said.
You could be penalized.
No, listen.
You could be penalized based on these decisions.
Yeah, but that's,
Crazy.
I mean,
That depends.
Let me help you out.
Designed to penalize
No,
you.
let me help you out. The credit, let me help you
You've
out.
been paying on
The
time.
credit, let me show you something. Y'all is penalized people too. Y'all just call it lapse. The credit rating, if I late on my insurance premium, you call it, why you call me? Because I'm about to lapse. Let me tell you something. The credit rating agency is literally only there to give a report of how you pay your bills. The credit rating agency in the Bahamas only gives a report on how the Bahamian government pays their bills. That's all they do.
All right.
When you go to the bank and your credit rating agency says that the letters that they give you only give a report on how good or how bad they pay their bills.
Satisfactory, general
So what happens is when it falls nearing to this thing, what do banks tell you? If you want to borrow from me, either I tell you no, I tell you not now, or I tell you I can give it to you,
But
but you have to do some things. Your expenses don't really move. Right or wrong?
But you're already doing that without the credit rating.
Right, no, because
Exactly.
banks themselves have credit, their own credit rating stuff, right? But what happens is banks only go on what you tell them. What the credit rating agency will do will go on what you tell them and what you ain't tell them. So what happens is you have your credit rating agency who says, listen man, you ain't paying well. If your expenses can't move, so the only thing that you can do is increase your income. Because your TDSR, which is your total debt service ratio, is based on your income versus your outgo. That's all your debt service ratio is. How much money you're putting in and how much money you're paying out. The higher that TDSR is, or the debt service ratio is,
turning into America.
the higher you think I'm.
This is
But
not an American country.
listen to me.
This
But
is
why you
a
worrying? You just pay your bills on time.
I do, but I am worried because these are going to affect my clients.
Yeah, because the first thing I drop in is whole life. First thing I drop in is whole life. Give me my turn. Matter of fact, my insurance can do whatever they gotta do. I need no insurance.
They have to be very.
My daddy said you already be dead anyway.
I don't. Do what you gotta do.
They have to be careful, not careful, but they have to make sure that they educate the Bahamian public.
They started though.
Because she's saying on
And then
not
defense.
just on the credit bureau process, because she's saying she don't have no debt. That's not necessarily a good thing.
No,
when
but
it comes
that's
to
why
credit
we're training y'all. No, another method that they give.
But is the Bahamian government gonna make sure people understand that? Because if she doesn't have any debt, and all their tracking, that's not necessarily a good thing.
You can
for
try to
credit
give me a
report.
bad credit score and I don't owe nobody nothing. We gonna have a problem, buddy.
No, listen.
I will put my lawyer
Listen
on
to
you.
me.
But
You give me a bad credit union and I don't have no credit.
You have
Don't
no
do
debt,
it, my
they don't
friend.
have debt.
We have a problem.
No, it's paying your
Listen.
bills.
It is paying your bills, but the credit report.
Excuse me, I don't need a credit agency to tell me to pay my bills. We have a problem here.
If you have a credit card that you're paying on time, that helps with your
That
score.
helps.
There are all these things that go into
No,
credit report
but
and your credit score.
Have you ever
People
seen the
don't have no
brochure?
credit.
Have you gone to your branch? Whatever branch.
I don't have no goddamn credit.
Oh Christ. Every one of your branches should have had this information. I sent you.
I don't know.
I sent you here. I sent you to centralbankbahamas.com. Centralbankbahamas.com has the whole thing about financial
I'm gonna go and look at it.
You
'Cause I
go
know
with
the government
that.
always
The same
It's in the
always
list.
educating people. What
It's
they call education is
Oh,
not always
really?
education.
If you don't plan on going
Okay.
to Walmart,
and then now we are
does
training
matter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
How would
8,
it matter?
9 CFPs to go out there and just start spreading the news. Right? So the thing
Excuse
is
me, we cannot perform a miracle. Okay?
no, see, let me tell you something.
Excuse me.
You can't change it
Excuse me.
overnight, but you can
Excuse
try.
me. We cannot perform a miracle. Now, I understand you explained to me all the things that this credit union bureau is supposed to do. But how is this good for the Bahamian people?
Let me show you
I
how
don't
It will
see
end
it.
up being good in the long run.
I do not see it.
Let me
have
Lauren,
my
Lauren,
drink.
what you say? Sorry.
The delinquency is too high. You have a lot of customers.
It's gonna end up being
that
good in the long run.
Let me show you.
It's gonna be a lot of pain initially.
In any
A lot.
newspaper.
Sorry, go ahead, Lauren. Sorry.
Give a customer a loan based on the information, on false information, and that's a part of the problem why the delinquency is so high throughout the.
So this credit bureau is designed to target certain people.
No. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you.
Yeah,
Let me show you how it helps everybody.
loans, like people
Let me
who
show you
want
how it helps everybody.
Right, yeah.
People who have credit. Okay, let me show you how it helps.
How does this help
It
a
helps
person
you.
with no
Let me
credit?
show you how everybody's affected. You with your loan and you without your loan. Let me show you. Because
Me who then
people-
pay off my loan.
Yeah, let me show you how it affects
Pay off
everybody.
all the loans.
Let me show you how it affects everybody. Because when we are delinquent in our loans, right, the country itself gets a negative score. The country gets a negative score that goes up to the people who the country borrows from. People who the country borrows from say, this is unsustainable, you have to increase your revenue.
Excuse me.
Let me finish, hold on, let me finish. Let me show you increase your revenue. You increase your taxes. How do you increase your taxes? You implement VAT. You implement income tax. You implement corporate tax. The thing is, let me help you out. The thing,
Excuse me, can I say something?
But the thing is, you have to understand that it affects everybody.
Let's get real
It
here.
goes back to the place of when you go to customs and you tell customs, let me bring in $500 because now increase. So now you don't say it's $295, you bring in the money. You see, you bring in $495. Lack of revenue coming in through customs means that the government lacks its revenue, so they gotta get it from somewhere else. You have property. People
Excuse
don't
me,
pay property
customs
taxes
and
for.
VAT is a double taxation. One of them, legally, that
Right.
needs to be challenged because, quite frankly, when VAT was implemented, whether it was 7 or 12%, all of those other taxation was supposed to be void. Every single one of them. There's a double taxation going on in this
Weren't they
country,
lower?
and I've yet to see a Bahamian who have money, because when you're going up against the law, you have to have money to
Right.
challenge the system, to hold the government feet to the fire. So you cannot double tax the people. You cannot do it. That's coming.
But it's coming. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, between time, it's your responsibility to
All right.
educate your staff, educate your son, educate everybody connected to you that this is inevitable. The credit bureau is inevitable.
Listen, I'm not gonna, I
So-
can't, I'm the type of person, I believe in the serenity prayer. I'm only concerned about what really, you know, what in my
Right, what
span
you
of
could-
control,
what you
really.
could change.
What I could change.
And that's why I say
If
those
it's not
people in
my
your-
span of control, I'm not taking
No,
it
that's
on.
what I said,
All I'm
those people in your
saying
span of control.
is, this is not America. Far as I see it, and call me crazy, most of the things that are going on in America is like the decision makers and the powers that be are letting the US government put the exact same thing on this country. This is a British,
But we have to borrow
more
from the
British.
rest of the world, and the rest of the world is demanding this.
I'm not, see, the reason why I'm saying that is because, let's get real here, okay? I'm sure if the banks did a proper research, they could identify who these loan officers are that have approved all of these loans for people that are delinquent. They need to,
it's not the
excuse me, let me make my
bank
point.
strategy.
they would need to
The- it's
call
not
those
bank, it's
loan
not
officers
definitely bank
who-
strategy.
No, she's right though.
It's their strategy.
That's their strategy. That's
their
they
strategy.
target specific people, and because I mean, like
Oh
you
my
said,
God.
they're in the business
So
to make money. They're
their
gonna go after the
strategy is
people
to
that can
give
make
someone
that money.
Their strategy
$70,000 and
is to
16%.
lend out $2 million and know the person
Yes.
can't pay.
No, it's
And
not.
have no collateral.
It's not
That's
knowing
the
that the
strategy.
That's a strategy?
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
strategy
But
of a
yet-
bank.
You wanna know why it's Commonwealth Bank strategy?
Commonwealth Bank? Why you call it Commonwealth Bank?
Commonwealth Bank is together, that's where they make their money.
They use the
They
We don't call
spend
names
so
industry.
much
We don't call
money
names 'cause
on
we're on
their
camera.
debt
But
Oh, sorry.
area
So you
because
just
they
told me
know
that.
where
You
they
should have told me
we'll
that.
we'll
They will
censor.
have you call, they will have
Please,
you
We'll
censor
bleep that out.
the house,
We'll
take
bleep that
the
out, right? No, but the thing is, you have to
Okay?
understand. It goes back.
At the end of the day,
See,
you know,
the picture is
people make
bigger than this
decisions, you know,
because you have
At the end of the day.
enormous quotas that the persons have to make,
It's not just the people,
and
it's the
in
banks-
order for me to
banks-
get my
I
salary,
understand
I
that.
have to get my
accept
quota
their
met.
But then what's the value?
Regulate,
Who are
they're
these
not
loan
regulating.
officers that are lending out these loans to people that cannot pay these loans back? And all of a sudden now we need a credit bureau. What a time.
Bank strategy.
Right.
They- they- they-